today on Divorce Court.
I am done and I want a divorce.
Well, I think it's time that we should get a divorce. This is tiresome and I'm over it.
You should have said that a while ago.
But I loved you then.
What changed?
You're controlling. You don't want to be my partner or my husband. You want to be my father. It's never about me. It's always about you.
With that being said, you can go find someone who will make it about you and him, because as far as I'm concerned, I've done what I can.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with William Bielefeld and Linwood Bielefeld. The two of you have been together for 12 years, married for 7 years. You were here once before trying to save your marriage, and now you trying to get rid of it altogether. And you want some money as you go. But I'm going to call you William and Linwood, if you don't mind, because you're both Mr. Bielefeld. And so there'll be less confusion. So before we go any further, let's see what happened the last time the two of you were here.
He knew that when he first married me that I was the sit-at-home husband.
Now, listen. There's a sit-at-home husband and there's a stay-at-home husband. There's two different people.
Thank you.
The sit-at-home husband isn't getting anything done. The stay-at-home husband is cooking, cleaning, making sure everything is cool. Are you taking care of your part of the deal? He's paying the bills. That was just me fussing at you. I don't know what happened. William, why don't you tell me what's happened since I've seen you last? And why are you convinced now that this marriage will not survive?
Your Honor, I tried everything. I took your advice. I went home. I tried putting my all into this relationship. Everything was fine for 6 months. However, after 6 months, he went back to his old ways, and today I am here for a divorce.
Now, Linwood, are you equally finished with him, or would you like to see if we could save this thing?
No, I'm equally finished. I'm just tired of it.
Oh, I thought you were okay.
I just want this to be over.
You
like
done?
I
You've
said,
had enough.
I had enough, and I'm over it.
Well, why don't you tell me the primary problem you have with Linwood?
The primary problem starts with porno. I now find why I'm not getting intimacy. I now find why there hasn't been sex in our marriage for as long as there has been is because he's addicted to porn, and he has found another avenue to get
sexual gratification. And it's not you.
And it's not through me. It's through the guys that he sees on the porn. And he's even said to me, through his own mouth, that the reason why he does not find me attractive is because I'm not like a porn star. Somebody on a monitor or on a screen is more attractive to him. Where do I fit in?
That's not true. It's not even about attraction. It's about that the porn star's doing what he needed to be doing.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I can't do 4 to 5 hours.
Now, Linwood.
The guys are playing.
Hang on. We're gonna go into the land of reality for a minute, where everybody, all the rest of us live. Regular day, everybody. Everyday folk ain't having porn star sex. Every once in a while, when you go out on vacation, you might. But on a day-to-day basis, most married people are not having porn star sex. Are you not a little unrealistic in your sexual proclivities?
Well, some I might not be realistic, but I try to make him understand that he needs to give it up and he needs to do more of being sexual with me.
My understanding is that sex is such an issue in your house that he has said to you, I'm going to go out and be with somebody else simply because I'm not getting it home. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. In fact, it's even gotten worse to where he has told me that the size of my stuff is not the size that he sees on his pornos.
Alrighty.
And that's only to make him jealous. That's only to make him jealous and make him upset, to get him rattled. But for real, like I said,
it's not working for you.
It's not working too good because I'm here again. I'm here again, and I done tried.
To belittle someone, and no pun intended, is not a way to get what you want from them. You know, Linwood, you're just doing it because it's fun.
Exactly. And I feel that he takes this as a joke. He's not serious about it.
But I'm always smiling. It's not that I don't take it as a joke.
Well, what happened in Florida?
We moved to Florida recently. No one there. We went to start a new beginning. We get there a couple of days. He states that he has to leave. He needs some time to himself. He wanted to just have personal time. Okay, where are you going? You know nobody. So he leaves. He's gone 4 to 5 hours. I'm calling him to try to figure out where he's at. Finally comes home, tells me he needed time to himself. He was out supposedly working, making some money for a friend. What friend? You just moved here.
You don't know anybody in Florida.
Exactly. Where's the money? He comes home with no money.
Linwood, what were you doing?
In my car watching porn.
In the car?
Yeah,
He does.
Isn't that a violation of some sort?
Oh, that's nothing.
I didn't say I'd be following myself.
Your
I
Honor,
just said I'd be watching porn.
Your Honor, that's nothing. I invited my mom down to visit our new home in Florida. We go out to eat. All of a sudden, I hear moaning in a restaurant. That's an awkward noise to hear in a
He's lying,
restaurant.
Your Honor.
I look
He's
over.
lying.
I see him looking on the phone with my mother at the table. He's watching porn.
Were you watching porn in front of your mother-in-law?
No, ma'am, I wasn't watching porn in front of my mother-in-law. What happened was, my phone, like, he hate using my phone because I watch porn so much. So sometimes when you hit the button, it goes straight to a porn site.
Another
so
excuse.
It wasn't that I was watching porn.
And you don't think you have a problem?
No, I don't have a problem. I do not have a problem with porn.
You actually pocket dial porn sites, and you really think you don't have an issue?
No, I don't have. And Will's so secretive too, so I have to do it. We moved to Florida. He said it's best in our interest to move to Florida. We could save money, blah, blah, blah. So, I go to get mail out the mailbox, and he argues with me over it. With the mail, and he loaned people money.
Yeah, well, I do. I want to talk about the money because money is a huge issue as well in your relationship, and I want to figure out who's not making what money and who's spending too much once you do.
So I needed a phone. I went and ordered a phone.
And you sent his phone back.
I sure did.
Was he
I'm not
paying for his phone?
$800 for him to watch porn.
Now, Linwood, you said that Will loaned somebody some money and he was keeping it a secret from you. Why don't you tell me what that money was for and how you found out he lent it?
Well, I still don't know what the money was for, but what happened was my phone died one day. So I just picked up his phone to go use it to call my brother. So as I'm dialing my brother's number, a message pop up. It's talking about, thank you for the money you loaned me, and I make sure I won't mention it to Lynn. And then when I asked him about it, he got mad, Your Honor, and then he decided to go out and tell me that he's gonna get his own banking account, so I don't know how much money he's bringing in or how much money he's spending because he don't want me to see it.
William, did that happen?
It did happen.
Do you think it's appropriate to lend money to somebody else and keep it a secret from the person to whom you're married?
Your Honor, you're exactly right. However, there's no communication. I can't talk to him if he's always thinking he's a magician and disappears and plays disappearing acts and is never at home. How can I explain this to him? He doesn't give me that time.
But you're actively secreting the information. I won't tell Lynn. That's what the other person says. So you guys are behind his back, having a conversation and exchanging cash. True?
That is true. Because once again, he does not care for anyone that I hang with. So I know if I go to him and say, I lent a friend of mine money that they needed for their rent, he's going to tell me that I must have a secret crush on that person, or I must want to be with that person because I loaned that person money.
Did you get the money back?
I did get the money back.
I never seen it.
And you don't need to see it.
And it wasn't in the bank account.
Gone.
Let me tell you another example.
Okay.
So about 3-4 months ago, I was at the house and I was cleaning up. He went and brought a brand new cell phone, an expensive cell phone. I seen the bank receipt for $800 laying on the desk. And then when I asked him about it, he gonna tell me some story that it was a girl at work and she didn't wanna have nothing to do with her boyfriend no more. And she gave him the phone and blah this and blah this. And it wasn't one phone, it was two. And then on top of that, then he tell me it was his sister that he was buying one for his sister. So I called his sister. You know what she told me? It ain't nothing happening. He brought that phone for himself because he wanted the phone, and he should have just been honest about it, but he doesn't because he likes to keep things
Now,
secretive.
Will, what happened with the phone?
I needed a phone. My phone broke. And what he doesn't realize is that I realized that he had already ordered him a phone.
Right.
So I shipped it back before he even came home to see the phone arrive.
You shipped his
the phone that
back?
he ordered. He didn't need a phone. His phone's working. If he's able to watch porn on his phone and it's operating, he don't make phone calls on it. All he needs to make sure is that the camera is working fine. His camera was working well. My phone was broke. I needed it for real reasons. So I needed a phone. I went and ordered a phone.
And you sent his phone back?
I sure did.
Was he paying for his phone?
$800 for him to watch porn?
Did you have to pay for his phone?
It was eventually coming out of my account, because it was our joint account.
Head down, anything to say?
Yes, because he just makes up, and I have to deal with this all the time. Not even only with the phone. Let me tell you what he did one day when I went to the barber shop. You know, I like to go get my hair cut.
Right.
And he only allows me to have $20, Your Honor. And then he makes scenes. So we're at the barber shop. He tells my barber the only reason why I come there is because I want to see the hot, sexy guys. All I wanted was a haircut, and I could get it cut cheap. Because he like going to cheaper places and paying $8 for his haircut. That's not me.
Wasn't $20 enough for a haircut?
Well, yeah.
No, because he wants designs. He wants designs. He wants the hair color. He wants all the extra.
All the extra.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay for all that.
You got it right.
Because you don't have a job, right?
No, I don't have a
That's
job.
that's the part that we're missing here.
There we go.
That's the part that we're
He
missing.
just makes it out like I'm just trying to be like the accountant and handle everything. That's not the case.
He want to play the homemaker, the accountant. He want to play everybody in this relationship, and this is basically what I'm tired of.
Well, that's what I want to talk about next is you do say he's controlling, so much so that if you don't wear the clothes he lays out for you, he gets mad. So let's
Yes.
talk about that. Linwood got hurt with that one. That bothered him. Did you take down every phone number in his phone and call him to see if he was sleeping with people and then call his brother?
Yeah.
Should you get permission from your partner before loaning someone money? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/divorce court. Divorce Court will be right back.
So tell me about what happened when you went to the beach.
Okay, that day we were at home, and he decided that we were going to go to the beach, which was fine with me. So he picked out this outfit. I really didn't care for the outfit at all, and he told me if I didn't wear it, he was going to be mad. So me being who I am, I didn't wear it. He called me every name in the book, told me that I was no good. He just cussed me out all day, and then he ignored me the rest of the day. So why wouldn't he think I would like to go out and just have time to myself?
Now, Will, do you make him wear certain clothes and get mad if he doesn't put them on?
I do.
And what's behind that?
There's a time and place for everything, and he can't decipher that. He will wear. I had to basically tell him what to wear to come here.
I mean, he looks fine, though.
Thanks to me. Because if not, he probably would have been here in shorts and a t-shirt. I feel he's a representation of me. So if you look shabby, that makes me, my relationship look shabby.
Let me ask you this, Linwood. Is your style game a little light?
I don't think so.
Are you out of style? Are you a little bit?
I just explained to you about his haircut, and how can he talk to me about style? Since we've been together, he wants to shop at Goodwill. And not even only that, he hides phones to record my conversations. Like one day I was cleaning up my house, and I heard a beeping sound, so I moved the curtain back gently. How about a cell phone was sitting there recording and wanting to hear what I'm talking to and people I'm talking about.
Do you record, Linwood?
I did once, yes I did.
And what were you hoping to find?
Nothing.
The
He didn't
thing I
find
love
nothing.
about him, though, it's like you don't have to chase him nowhere. The truth is right there. Yep, I did it.
Yep.
Why did you record him?
Because I can't seem to get any truth from him. If I ask him, are you cheating on me? Where are you going when you magically disappear? He can't give me one answer. It's always around the field. He does not stick to just telling me what it is. So if I can't find out by asking you, I have to find out another reason.
my own way.
And I mean, I've put in years into this relationship. I'm not going to continue putting another 7 years into something without getting the truth. I'm going to find the truth
Now,
out one
Linwood,
way or
pull
the other.
yourself together.
And so I put a
yourself
phone
together.
behind the curtain in hopes to either A, hearing who he's talking to on the phone, B, someone's coming into my home, or C, don't hear nothing and it's just
Everything's all
in my head.
good. Everything's all good. Linwood, what did he hear?
And he didn't hear nothing. Let me tell you how crazy he is. How
Just
crazy
because he
this
found it, that's
sound.
why I didn't hear anything.
He called, one night I was asleep, he took my phone, wrote down every number, end up calling my brother and asking him, do you know that he's married? Are y'all doing the nasty, what's going on. And I was so upset with him, Your Honor, all I could do was shake. This is how mad I am. Will is so controlling about everything. Did not find any information. That's what gets me. So how am I not trustworthy?
Linwood got hurt with that one. That bothered him. Did you take down every phone number in his phone and call him to see if he was sleeping with people and then call his brother?
Yes.
My brother was the one who called me and told me.
Like I said, I don't have to chase. He's right there. He doesn't go anywhere. So now, Mr. Bielefeld, Linwood, as you want to leave here, you want $764 for plane tickets. Oh. We are going to discuss that.
What would you do if you discovered your partner was spying on you? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
So, Linwood, tell me why you want $764 from William.
Well, Judge, clutch your pearls, because I'm about to tell you this. I booked the trip. I was all excited, and I booked the trip to go see my family in Virginia. Oh, I just knew I was going. Oh, I had it planned. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was like shucky ducky, quack quack. Packed my bags. Me and my other family member, we thought we was going. We get to the airport. We get up to the stand. I give her my confirmation number. She tell me my tickets are canceled. So I'm in there fussing back with the lady and everything. She said, well, I don't know how your tickets got canceled. So I go home and I'm all upset, crying and everything else. And I come to Will to ask him about this. You know what he told me? He was the one who canceled my tickets because he was scared I was going to cheat. So
William,
I want a refund for all that money that I paid to get those tickets. She tell me it's non-refundable, and he still haven't paid me back the money.
William, did you do that?
I did. However, what he's not telling you is that the week leading up to him going on this trip, he spent no time with me. No time. In fact, we had planned that the night before his departure, we were going to go out to eat, we were going to spend time together since he was going to be gone for a week. That didn't happen. Instead, he left that night. I didn't see him till 6 o'clock in the morning, the day that he was supposed to leave. He comes back walking in the house after, again, having one of the magical disappearance acts. Comes in, are you ready to take me to the airport? I sure am. Because in the back of my mind, I knew, buddy, you weren't going nowhere. So I rolled up to that airport, took him in, and I sat in the back, just waiting for them to tell him, you ain't going nowhere.
But not only that, Judge,
However, Your Honor, I didn't know that they were non-refundable tickets.
Not only that, Judge, let me tell you how controlling this man is, though. This is why I'm here. I want this divorce, and I want it now. Because
I've already lost control, Linwood. Listen, let me tell you what. I love you two. Whether you want to stay together, stay apart, you can come back here anytime you want to. I find it very entertaining.
Can I get a divorce?
I don't understand the sex thing, really. There's a little porn, you might want to check into that. 4 to 5 hours of anything other than making money in a day is something you want to inquire into and see if you have a little problem there. That's all I want to say. I'm going to say this. I understand you were upset. I understand that you were mad, but you can't cancel somebody's non-refundable tickets. $764 in favor of Linwood. It is so ordered.
The final straw for me was his porn addiction. He watches way too much and spends no time with me, so this gives him the opportunity to go back to his addiction and not have to worry about it.
The point where I'm just over this is because he treats me as a child and I need to be my own person, and I just can't make him happy anymore.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm back at divorce court today because I want a divorce from Crystal.
We went to counseling and tried to do things differently, but Eddie is set in his ways and he will never change. Even when I do everything that he asked me to do, he still puts me down and is negative to me.
Crystal can't keep a job. After 2 months, she was fired.
Eddie had a great job for 3 years. They called him in to fire him because no one wants to work with him. Eddie got another job after that and he was fired on the 3rd day for fighting with a cook.
I want the judge to tell Crystal today to grow up, be a mom, and a good wife like she's supposed to be when we agreed to this marriage.
Last time I was here to save our marriage. This time, I want a divorce.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Crystal Bothy and Edward Bothy. The two of you have been married for 2 years, together for 3 years. You have a number of children between you. You were here on divorce court last year on a Save My Marriage. Apparently, I was unable to do so because, Ms. Bothy, you are here today for a divorce. But before we get to our current problems, let's take a look and see what happened the first time around.
I could walk past him or him walk in the door and say, "Hi, honey, how was your day?" Worse, now that I'm here with you, I'll probably wish I could go back to work.
Did you ever say that?
Every day.
Yeah,
all
you
the
did say
time.
that.
All the
I
time.
wouldn't say
He would rather be at
every
work
day.
than home with
There's
his
got to
family.
be something other than the cleaning and the cooking. What is it?
Nothing. He's arrogant, selfish, and rude.
Okay. Ms. Bothy, tell me what happened since we were here last.
We went to counseling, and that did absolutely nothing. He's set in his ways and never going to change.
What are some of his ways that you find unacceptable?
He goes against me on everything. It doesn't matter what it is. We have no teamwork. We have no communication. He walks out the door. I call him and, say, "Did you leave? I didn't even know you left." And he'll say yes, and I'll ask him where he went, and he'll say, "It's none of your business. You're not my mom." You're right. I'm not your mom. I'm your wife that you don't respect. He just feels like nothing he does is my business,
Mr. Bothy, what do you think the problem is?
It's her. Like, everything she's saying that I do, she does the same thing. She'll leave, go places, say she's going this place, and I know it should only take this amount of time, but yet when I call and ask her and text her and stuff, and her response is, she's somewhere else. Well, if you were supposed to be at this place for this amount of time, why are you somewhere else where you said you weren't? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't tell me everything, every place you're going, so I don't see why she feels I should tell her and text and tell her every place I'm going throughout the day. It's just, I'm giving her the same treatment that I get from her. She just don't see it from her point of view that way.
I communicate with him. I tell him everywhere I'm going, everything I do.
No, you don't.
I might stop at a gas station on the way home, and that's him saying I don't communicate. This man has never, ever, one time asked me, "Where are you at?" And me said, "None of your business." I tell him where I'm at. I'm always going out of my way to prove to him where I'm at.
Is there a
he's
jealousy issue here? Is that why "where are you" is such an important question for the two of you? Or are you two just irritated with one another?
I mean, I don't think he's jealous because he doesn't care. Like, he makes sure he lets me know every day that I'm nothing to him. He does not care what I do. I can walk out that door and he does not care.
Mr. Bothy, are you worried about her cheating on you, or is "where are you" you're just irritated?
She's grown, so she can go do what she wants. I trust her.
He doesn't trust me.
But do you have that conversation about, "You don't tell me where you're going, so why should I tell you where I'm going"? Is that accurate or no?
Yeah, I mean, when she calls and texts all day long, if she says she's going to do something, I let her go do what she's going to do. I'm not texting and calling nonstop from the time she walks out the door until the time she comes back. That's what she does me.
Do you text him and call him nonstop
Yes,
when
she
he's
does.
gone?
Well, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you
Let
do.
me take that back. Okay, so when he refusing to tell me where he's at, I'm like, it's really simple. You can just answer me. If you're on the way to see your mom, you're on the way to eat, just say that.
How often do you call him and ask him where he is? Because like right now, I don't know where my husband is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
It's
do that. I
nonstop.
let him go. He's grown. He can do what he
It's
wants.
nonstop. From
He
the
can do
time
his
I
own
leave
thing, and
till I
that's
come
fine.
back.
But like, if I walk up the stairs and he's gone, I'm like wondering, like, hey, what happened to him? And I'll just call him, like, did you leave? He doesn't even have enough respect to tell me he's walking out the door. And then he'll just hang up
Why
in
do I
my
need
ear.
to tell you?
I got it.
No,
I got
you
it.
say none of your business.
Why do I need to tell you?
Hey,
I can leave.
Let's talk about the finances. I understand finances is a huge issue in your home. Why don't you tell me, Ms. Bothy, what you think is going wrong there?
Okay, so when we left here last time, Eddie had the same job for 3 years. He was laid off for work. They said no one wanted to work with him. They couldn't put him on any crew. They had to let him go. His attitude was bad. He was rude to everyone, and no one wanted to work with him. He was pretty much cancerous, and no one was going to work with him.
Okay, Mr. Bothy, is that an accurate recitation of your career there, that you're too difficult to work with?
Obviously not if I had the same job for 3 years. No, it was somebody's personal excuse as to not bring me back.
Mm-hmm. Have you gotten a new job since then?
I sure have. As soon as I found out I didn't have that
Is he
job.
currently working, Ms. Bothy?
He got a job after that at a restaurant, which he was fired on the 3rd day for fighting with another coworker.
Did that happen, Mr. Bothy?
Sure did. At least I could get a job. You ain't had no job in 6 years.
Yes,
so
I
how are you
have.
gonna sit here and talk about somebody having a job when you don't work at all?
When I was staying home, I was doing
hang on.
childcare.
I do
No, you
recall.
don't.
Hey, I do recall from the last time that this has been a concern of Mr. Bothy's for a while, that you do not financially contribute to your rather precarious situation.
We split everything equally. So I don't know, like I've done childcare. I had some booths at the flea market. You know, I just got a serving job. I just got another job. I've always took care of myself. I've never asked him to take care of me or my child. He doesn't have to do nothing for me. We go in half on everything. But if, you know, I'm short or anything, as husband and wife, we don't have no teamwork where it's like, hey, you know, the rent's got to be paid. We're just going to pay it. It's like, well, you don't have your half, and he's screaming at me and cussing at me.
You know why I say that? Because...
Stop. Do you guys hold your finances in a way that you're responsible for half, you're responsible for half, and, you know, that's it? Like roommates as opposed to husband and wife?
No, but it's how it has to be, because if I don't, then she won't have her money for nothing. Like, her priorities aren't set on, you know, take care of the bills first, and then if there's money left over, then you can buy your 2 packs of cigarettes a day that you smoke, or go out and buy this and that you don't need. Take care of your priorities, which is keeping a roof over our head and our kids' head, providing for them, and then do for yourself. Not do for yourself, and then if you have money left over, you're going to use that for bills.
Are you flagrant with the money if you're not required to pay half?
There has been one time I did not have my half, and it was not that long ago. And even though the man had a couple $1,000s in his pocket, it was, you better come up with your half. I buy things for our children. I spend money sometimes on things I shouldn't. Every female does, you know, but...
No.
Okay, well, all right. I buy things for our
She's a
kids that
liar.
they don't exactly need sometimes, you know, just to do extra things
I got
for
you.
them.
I got you. My understanding.
Not for myself.
I got you. My understanding is that you have a terrible problem at home with respect to the children. It's his kids versus your kids, and I want to know how that's happening and what's going on.
She's never one time been left alone with him until 3 weeks ago. She went to the park with him by herself for the first time since we've been together. She ended up breaking her arm at the park, like off the monkey bars, and was brought home with scratches on her face and scared to death.
I got you. So, Ms. Bothy, why don't you start out by telling me how many kids each of you has?
Okay, so we have 7 total. He has 5 before me. He has 1 with me, and I have 1 from a previous relationship.
Okay. You say that he treats his children differently than the one child that you have that is not his. Why don't you tell me why you believe that?
Nah.
Your Honor, my daughter's birthday.
I'm going to give you an opportunity, really.
My daughter's birthday, he didn't tell her happy birthday, and hours later, I finally got so upset that I left, text him, why didn't you tell her happy birthday? And he said, I was gonna wait until her birthday party. I said, bull crap, you don't do that. You wouldn't do that to your kids. It would be as soon as they wake up. Happy birthday, good morning, you know? And his daughter had a birthday 3 weeks later, and first thing in the morning, good morning, princess, happy birthday, you know? He doesn't like acknowledge her at all. He doesn't even speak to her unless it's negative or to yell at her for something.
Mr. Bothy, then take a second. I know you mad at her and y'all don't get along and all that.
She's a liar. She's lying. That's all she does.
But see, that's not where I'm going with it,
Right.
Mr. Bothy.
On
Not at all.
Christmas, he set the kids down.
Stop it. Do you treat her daughter that is not yours differently than your other children? I mean, it happens.
No, I treat all the kids the same. Just
He does
as
not.
she does. She says that I don't do this, but she does the same things to my kids.
Give me an example of that.
Just like she's saying, I didn't tell her happy birthday until whatever. Like, yeah, I didn't tell my daughter happy birthday because she was at school when she first woke up and I was sleeping. So how would I tell her happy birthday as soon as she woke up if she was at school? But yeah, I was like, I don't have a present for her. Most people tell people happy birthday at a birthday party when you're handing them birthday gifts. Like, here, happy birthday, not all day. Just because that's what she does and that's her preference.
Talk about birthday
it's not mine.
I don't want to talk about birthdays anymore. Ms. Bothy, let me ask you this. You say that his kids are disrespectful towards you, and you say it's a function of the fact that they're imitating him. Explain that to me.
Okay, so every day they watch him disrespect me, and now it's become a huge problem that they are so disrespectful. They'll call me names, and, you know, it gets really out of hand. One day, his daughter had sprayed out 2 cans of my hairspray just for no reason at all. And I told her, you need to ask before touching my things, you know. Well, one day she brought my can of hairspray outside and said, will you spray my hair? And I said, yes, I will. But when I'm done, you need to take this back inside and do not touch my things without asking. Eddie had then took the hairspray, kicked it down the driveway into the garage, and said, she's not your boss. She doesn't have to be your maid, and take it inside.
Mr. Bothy,
That's
what's
a
your
lie.
version
I
of
don't
that?
even know what she's talking about right now.
That's not a lie.
They don't respect her because she don't make her own daughter respect her. They see and follow what they see from her daughter. Like, her daughter can talk out of line and this and that to her, and it's, oh, you know, she gives her the chance to just, it just rolls off of her.
Okay.
It's nothing.
Gotcha.
So my kids they're kids, just like her kid, so they're imitating what they see as far as the respect that she makes her daughter give her.
Your Honor, you know what? He's #1 excuse to any time they do something wrong is, oh, well, they're kids, or, oh, they watched your daughter do it. She's a typical, she just turned 5-year-old, you know, that does things, but she's a great kid. You can ask him, has she ever one time told you no about something?
Don't ask him anything.
She's
Don't
never
ask him
disrespected him in any way, never. She's a great kid. And you know what? She's scared of him. She wants to be at grandma's, but wants me to be with her because she's scared to go with him anywhere or be at the house. She's never one time been left alone with him until 3 weeks ago. She went to the park with him by herself for the first time since we've been together. She ended up breaking her arm at the park, like off the monkey bars, and was brought home with scratches on her face and scared to death.
I got you.
I mean,
all right. Now I want to talk about Ms. Hey, stop. I am talking. You know, it's hard to respect either one of you because you're so disrespectful to one another, and you clearly put your children far behind your petty complaints and problems. It's very difficult to even want to deal with it. You know what I mean? Because you have, it seems that you're so hyped up over such small things, and your children are just left in the wake of your anger, and nothing is happening. So it's just really hard to work with you. I just want to put that out there. Now, I want to talk about the car. You want $5,000 from Mrs. Bothy because you say she wrecked your car. I want to get to that.
I was driving, I was in the left lane, and a semi was to my right. A car then came in that lane and went around me and clipped me. I did a 360, hit the wall, bounced back. I had injuries. The man did not even ask if I was okay. All he was worried about was his car. That was his first question, is my car totaled?
Would you marry someone who had 5 children from prior relationships? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
So, Mr. Bothy, why don't you explain to me what happened with the car?
So back in 2015, I had bought a 2002 Acura RSX Type S. You know, I had been buying cars and flipping and selling them, you know, to acquire the money to finally buy these cars. They, you know, they're not cheap. And so I was trying to be nice to her one day, and I let her take the car to go run errands or whatnot. And so she calls me while she's on the highway driving the car to tell me that she's on her way back or whatever from running the errands. And I'm like, all right, you know, that's fine. Be safe, drive careful, you know, whatever. And then not even 5 minutes later, I get a call back from her. She's crying hysterically. So I knew automatically that she had just wrecked my car. Mm-hmm. So she's telling me that she got ran off the road by a semi, which, you know, I've driven in the car with her plenty of times, and she's never just focused on driving. She has to text on the phone, smoke a cigarette, and you can't smoke and text and drive the car, so she's ended up driving with her knee. And then she had just told me she got off the phone with her mom right before that, so obviously she wasn't paying attention. This car was a 6-speed manual, and, you know, she's used to driving automatic.
So you need both hands.
Right, so you can't just sit there and do all this stuff like you do in an automatic car, which she's used to driving, so that just told me automatically, you know.
She was a distracted driver.
Exactly.
You believe that the accident was her fault.
Right, because she was...
Did any powers that be, either the police or insurance company, attribute blame to her or the other car?
Well, Kentucky's a no-fault state, so... And she said the semi kept driving, and so he didn't stop, so there wasn't no way, you know, to tell that the semi veered into her lane and that was the cause of the accident.
Okay.
Witnesses
Ms. Bothy,
made a statement.
why don't you tell me your side of that story?
Okay, so he had told me that I could use his car. What happened was I was leaving the house, and I said, oh, I got to stop and get gas before I go pick up my daughter. And he said, well, you can just take my car. So I was driving. I was in the left lane, and a semi was to my right. and he came over at me, but I wasn't to the front of him to where I could speed up, and I wasn't to the back of him to where I could slow down. He was dead center of me. So what I did was I got over quickly. A car then came in that lane and went around me and clipped me. I did a 360, hit the wall, bounced back, hit again. Witnesses had stopped and said, like, we seen that semi come right over at her, and he caused that wreck and kept on going. So it was a no-fault accident.
Right.
So I had injuries. The man did not even ask if I was okay. All he was worried about was his car. That was his first question, is my car totaled?
No,
didn't
it
know
wasn't.
if I didn't have my
asked
kid
her
with
if
me,
she
didn't
was
know
okay
nothing.
first.
Just asked
So
if his
stop
car was
lying.
okay.
That's all you do.
What did you say, Mr. Bolton?
I said the first thing I did was ask her if she was okay.
That
And
was
then I
my
asked
family
her.
member's first thing. Do you know he didn't even ask if
How
you were
would they
okay?
know?
Because my
They
dad's the
wasn't
one that
there.
called you and told you. And
No, you called me
said,
first.
How's my car? They
You
were
called
in
me
distraught. They
first.
could not believe that you were just
You
worried
called
about
me
the car.
first.
Mr. Bothy.
Not
Mr.
your dad.
Bothy. Mr. Bothy.
Shit, I'm just saying,
Oh,
the lies
you two.
just roll off her tongue. They just roll off her tongue,
I'm so
Your Honor.
tired of both of you. I'm going to tell you what I want to do with the money. That's going to be quick, fast, in a hurry. And I'm going to say something just to unburden my soul in your direction because I am so distraught.
He got paid back, though.
I don't care.
No, I didn't. Not by
He
you.
did.
How would you react to your partner wanting to split all expenses equally? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
I'm so glad you two are getting a divorce. That's number one.
Thank you, Jesus.
Should have never got married.
Number two is this. Whatever you do, don't come back here. Number three, I'm going to plead on behalf of your children to be better people. You two are so busy throwing darts at one another, you don't see how often you're skewering your kids. You didn't tell me any stories about it, but I know it happens because that's how it works. You didn't say happy birthday, I'm calling and this and that and the other thing. You're so ugly and you're so immature and you're so childish and you're so small that, your financial situation isn't straight. You're not solid. You're not on top of it. And you're beating each other up with every small thing that you can. My hairspray, my this, my that, and that thing. Oh my goodness gracious, how your children are going to become emotionally stable people with that kind of irritation, I don't know. How your children are going to grow up and be somebody that you can be proud of with two people who have no sense whatever about what is and is not important, I have no idea. But you better figure it out. Because the way it's going now, your kids are an accident waiting to happen. And I don't want that accident to happen. You need to back up off of how you feel about one another. Take care of your financial business and your emotional business. Stop throwing darts at one another. It's over. Don't be mad no more. It's done. It's finished. Just sick of one of each other. Be kind, be loving in front of those kids. Behave like you're grown. Behave like you're done. Even if you're not grown, fake it for a while. But do something. You can't get that money from her. You didn't demonstrate that it was her fault. That's just your assumption made because you don't like her. And everything she does, you don't like. That's not evidence. That's just you not liking her. And I'm done. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
I love Eddie, but a part of me feels like the love I have for him is the memories of when we first got together, the way he used to treat me, the way he used to make me feel cared for and wanted and appreciated, and he doesn't do that anymore. We're just not meant for one another.
We've been split up before, and we managed to make it work, so we're just going to continue to do what we did before and make the co-parenting between us work for our kids' sake.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here today on Divorce Court to find out if I'm the father of Tavisha's 3-year-old son.
The biggest issue is communication. When we started our relationship, there was a lot of lying going on.
Tavisha has stayed in contact with exes of hers. She constantly is texting and talking to them over the phone.
When I found out Robert put a tracker on my phone, I was infuriated. If you're trying to trust someone, why would you put a tracker or tracer on their phone?
I would like the judge to tell Stavisha to work on her honesty.
Robert, I need you to start trusting me more and to communicate with me more before we could go forward with anything.
Divorce court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Stavisha Bowers and Robert Woody. Ms. Bowers, you are 34 years old. You have 8 children. You're pregnant with your 9th. Robert Woody, you are 39 years old and you have 6 children. Are any of the children between you two?
One possibly.
One
and
possibly,
one I'm
but
carrying.
we're not sure.
That's correct.
All righty. You've been on this show before.
Yes.
And I actually remember you. I don't remember it often, but this I remember, and I want to take a brief look at what happened the first time you came.
I had one fling.
You had one fling.
And that was because we were swinging.
Because you were both swinging.
Yeah.
Explain how the swing became a fling.
It became a fling because the night we swang, me and the other guy couldn't perform. 3 days later, she called me up and said she was curious. She wanted to finish what we had started. So about a week or 2 later, me and her hooked up.
So you and your husband at the time had a fling with Mr. Woody.
Yes, that's correct.
And then you got rid of him, and now you went with Mr. Woody.
That's correct.
All righty. Tell me what ended your relationship with your first husband and how you ended up with Mr. Woody.
Me and Ira we set up the swinging thing with Mr. Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of us really felt comfortable about the swinging.
Okay.
Not something that we really wanted to do. So me and him really didn't perform. It was more so trying to see what the other two were doing. They ended up hooking up several times after that, and that's what sort of kind of helped in the marriage. But then too, it was a lot of, verbal abuse and things of that nature.
Well, you say he was very controlling.
Yeah, he was controlling most of the time because he was cheating the whole time we were married.
Okay. Mr. Woody, you say that there is a child that you believe is yours with her, or you're not really sure?
There's a possibility, Your Honor, but I'm not really sure.
We understand about that possibility, and I do have the DNA test, so we're going to put that to bed at some point. To bed was an awful phrase to use, but be that as it may, we will end that concern at some juncture here. Tell me how you two hooked up.
After the show, after we taped that and I left here, I kind of kicked him to the curb. Robert came back into the picture maybe 4 months roughly after that because by then his marriage had ended as well. And we became friends, and I started our relationship with the friend possibility. Now, did I think we were going to get to this point? No. But as time progressed and feelings grew, we ended up together.
Okay. Mr. Woody, do you have any concerns, given the manner in which this relationship began, as to whether or not you can really trust her?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. I have a lot of trust issues with Stavisha, just due to the fact how everything has gone on, and due to the fact she still has a problem with reaching out to other men.
Okay. Why don't you give me some examples of some of the things she does that give you pause?
Well, Your Honor, she lies about reaching out to other men. She recently had logged on to her Facebook with my phone, and she forgot to log off. So therefore, when she receives any kind of messages, it comes through on my phone. So she was totally unaware of that, so she was conversating and chatting with other men on the phone, unaware that I was receiving
all of the messages. What was going on? What was being said?
A few of her exes, were complimenting her and, trying to get her to come through and hang out. And when I brought it to her attention, she would deny it. So she denied it for a while until I kind of showed her the evidence that I had.
It's like right on the phone.
Yeah.
It was just reading through your thread. Were you doing anything inappropriate, Ms. Bowers, with your exes?
I wasn't doing anything inappropriate, and he has every right not to trust me because when we started our relationship, it was a secret. So there was a lot of lying going on. And I can't honestly say I did have a lying problem because I lied about our relationship. But as far as me reaching out to other men have reached out to me. The one in question that he found the phone conversation with is the other gentleman that might possibly be the baby's father.
Right.
But at that point...
So the baby, the 3-year-old...
Yes.
It's not your first husband's baby.
No.
You know that for sure.
We know that for certain.
So it could be him or this other dude.
Correct.
That's what we're trying to figure out here today.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's all true, but I didn't know he was going to take it and start playing Inspector Gadget with me. But he did. So with that phone stuff, the only reason why I actually believe that he did have the proof is because, like he said, he screenshotted some stuff and then sent it to my phone. So he asked me the question, and then he followed up with the proof that he had.
With the proof that he had it, yeah.
I was still going to deny it.
Was it sexting? Was there any inappropriate conversation going on?
No, it was just more so him complimenting me, telling me I had a beautiful family and so forth. You know, he was trying to hook back up with me, but it wasn't anything inappropriate from my side.
Is that true? It was a one-sided, he was reaching out, but she wasn't reaching back?
Oh, she was reaching back as well. She's trying to make me believe that chatting and texting is not cheating. So she feels like it was okay to do what she was doing.
Well, I understand you put a tracker on her phone.
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did she know about it, or
Nope.
did you do it slyly?
No, I did it slyly.
And did it produce any results?
Yes, it did.
Tell me what you found out as a result of the tracker.
There's one instance where there was a gentleman contacting her a while back, and I asked her if she could please stop being in contact with him. So she said she stopped contacting him. So I put the tracker on her phone, and then, you know, I'm checking my tracker, and I see all these deleted messages in her phone. So then I asked her about it. So, hey, have you talked to such and such? She would deny it constantly. It got to the point to where I got fed up, and I finally showed her, like, look, so you haven't been talking to this person, but yet all the messages are in there, asking for him, you know what I'm saying, to write her and do
So
this.
did you deny that you had been in contact with this man and he had proof that you had been?
Yes, I denied it in the very beginning.
Why? If nothing untoward was going on.
Because I know he's an insecure person and he's already having doubts about me cheating, so I didn't want to give him what he already had.
Now, work with me on this. You in a relationship with a dude who's insecure, got a reason not to trust you in the beginning because you were cheating on somebody else with him. Wouldn't it behoove you not to do things that would cause him concern as opposed to doing things and hiding them?
Yeah, but he's not so innocent himself. I'm not going through the lengths that he's going. I'm not putting trackers in trucks. He's a truck driver.
Right.
He's on the road a lot of times.
And that's every time I'm gone, Your Honor, that's when all this stuff is happening.
Yeah, but I'm
when I'm at home, Your Honor, with the
Papa
family
was
and
a
the
Rolling
kids,
Stone. He can have kids in all different states.
There's nothing going on.
But do you have any evidence of it?
Like I said, I haven't caught him cold hard.
I got you. Next, I want to talk about both of your families, because I believe neither one of your families likes either one of you.
My family were just set against it, like that's not right. I even had a family member offer him money to try to talk me into having an abortion.
Of the baby that we don't know whose it is.
That's correct.
No, the one in her stomach, Your Honor.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
My first responsibility is to my children and not to a man that wants to degrade me and put me down. When I met him, he didn't have anything, nothing.
Now, that was a clip from your first appearance with your husband at the time, correct?
That's correct.
Your husband was good friends with him.
That's correct.
And that's the reason why your families don't think you two should be together. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Explain that, what they have said to you about that.
So basically, due to the fact that I was introduced to Robert and to his ex at the time, him and Ira were really good friends. I believe they are childhood friends. In the very beginning, I think a lot of people had their reservations on, I think they might be doing something, but no one really had concrete evidence. Because like I said, he was like a secret. Me and him were each other's secrets. So we didn't really come clean, but when we did come clean, yeah, my family were just set against it, like that's not right. You guys shouldn't be together. I even had a family member offer him money to try to talk me into having an abortion.
Of the baby that we don't know whose it is.
That's correct.
Okay.
No, the one in her stomach, Your Honor.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, you're sure this one's yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
How come you sure?
Ooh.
The dates match up? No.
Date match up?
His dates and
I mean, you have questions about her infidelity in general.
Yes, well, the time she conceived, though, I kind of checked my calendar and, check my tracker and everything.
Everything seemed to be copacetic.
Everything
It seemed to be a problem. Okay.
Yes,
All right. You say your family thinks everything that happened throughout this entire convoluted course of romance is your fault.
Yeah, they do. Well, they feel like we both should be with other people. I'm not saying they feel like I should be back with my ex, but I know for sure his family definitely wants him back with his ex, without a doubt, because I've been banned from family members' houses
He's been banned from his family members' houses.
Yeah.
Mr. Woody, what is your family's opinion of your relationship with Ms. Bowers?
They don't approve of the relationship because of just everything that's gone on.
Because of the way it transpired?
The way
or
it
do they not like
transpired-
her personally?
No, it's not a personal thing whatsoever. It's just they feel like we shouldn't have got involved with each other just based on the history that we
Because it's
have.
messy.
Yeah, it's messy.
Because you have children with the guy you came here first. Is there any complications on that end?
Robert does get kind of upset sometimes when me and Ira do deal with each other because we still share
Sure.
4 children together. And it's kind of, the dynamics is kind of weird because the kids went from knowing him as Uncle Woody to now.
Mommy's man.
Yeah.
Uncle Woody is now the main man at the crib.
So it's kind of like, it's not so much a problem for me because they're older now and they understand and see. Mom wasn't happy with Dad. You know, things just didn't work. But as other adults, yes, they feel like it's weird and we shouldn't be doing that.
Does Ira have a problem with Mr. Woody being the main man now?
I'm not going to say he has a problem, but sometimes he finds himself calling me at weird hours of the night trying to reminisce on what used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
At times I find out about it, but I'm mainly on the road when this is going on.
So we're going to move on to your belief that Mr. Woody is very insecure. And we're going to find out why you believe that and if it's true.
If you're constantly accusing someone of doing something, eventually you're going to find something when you're looking. If he's not looking, he's not going to find anything.
If I didn't look, I would never know. Yeah, see, I would never know what's going on.
How would you react if your spouse suggested swinging with another couple? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court.
You say Mr. Woody's insecure. Why do you believe that?
Because who goes through the lengths to put SMS trackers and tracers and all that on your phone? And then you got to corroborate, you got to check with people in general about certain things. I might be in the restroom, I might be cooking something, and he might call in just because I don't answer his phone call at that present point in time. I'm either face chatting or I'm texting somebody else. I can't say that that wasn't the case in the beginning because it was, because we were just dating.
It's still happening now, Your Honor. It's still happening now, Your Honor.
But at the same time, we both have had our share of trust issues, without a doubt. And I feel like that's our biggest barrier through it all. But his is just a little bit more crazy, because I'm not fit to put no tracker. If I got to put a tracker on you or a tracer, I don't want to be with you.
I don't want to be with you. Mr. Woody, do you feel like she trusts you as much as she contends?
Yes, I do. However, if she didn't give me the reason to feel the way I feel and didn't give me this evidence...
Well, we can stop right there. At the end of the day, how did we meet?
Right.
So you knew all of this when we started doing what we was doing. So therefore, you can't hang on.
But she's still lying, Your Honor, about conversations and texting and stuff, and then she'll apologize for it and ask me to forgive her, and then I'll go to work, and I'll be gone for a few days, and then it just happens all over again. And so, you know, then she'll try to, I was talking to him because of this, or I was talking to him because of that, or he's helping my relative out, or he's helping my, you know what I'm saying? Just making excuses.
You always got a reason to be talking to some dude that really you got no business talking to. Is that true?
Whatsoever. So then she wonders why I feel the way that I feel, Your Honor.
I'm going to say yes and no, because since the first incident that he's speaking of...
When was the last incident?
That was over a month ago.
A month ago? This is like a week ago, Your Honor.
A whole 30 days.
Your Honor, it's been like a week.
I haven't done anything suspect in 30 days. I do not know why you are so insecure.
Your Honor, it's been like a week, Your Honor.
A week, 30 days, doesn't matter. Still sounds ridiculous. Ms. Bowers, oh, you sound like such a reasonable person, doesn't she?
Does.
She presents as rational. You could go professor over there. You speak well, you look great, and you make these decisions
that aren't so responsible, which I
at
understand.
all.
And that's why I apologize, because I rationalize. I know I make lots of excuses, and I can stand here and be accountable for my excuses because it's not acceptable. But at the same time, if you're constantly accusing someone of doing something, eventually you're going to find something when you're looking. If he's not looking, he's not going to find anything.
If I didn't look, I would never know.
Yeah,
see, I would never know what's going on.
My husband can look through my phone for hours. He can track me. He can put a device on me. No matter how hard he looks, he can't find something that's not there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you do what you want when you want. You really do. You know, he on the road. You want some male companionship.
Really, because I got kids at home. I got kids.
It hadn't stopped you yet. You're on the 9th one.
Not enough TV.
I understand, Mr. Woody, that you do have real concerns about the paternity of the child that you have been told is yours.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to figure out why you have those concerns, and we'll try to resolve them.
Would you approve of your partner continuing communication with their ex? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
So, Mr. Woody, with respect to the 3-year-old, your concerns are based on what?
I know that there's a possibility that that I could be the father. However, the timeline doesn't match up, Your Honor.
Right. Was she seeing another guy around the time that this baby was conceived?
Yes, she was.
Do you know this other guy?
No, I do not.
She told you about this other guy?
I was told through the grapevine about it.
Oh, so you heard about this other guy?
Yes.
Did you think you were exclusive at the time that you found out about this other guy?
Yes, I did.
Were you two exclusive when the other guy kind of happened?
Maybe in his mind we was exclusive. I thought we was just having a good time. I didn't know we was exclusive, so,
It's news to you?
Yep.
But you don't know which one. Do you got a good guess?
Yeah, I got a good guess. I believe it's the
other guy?
Yes.
Does the other guy know that it might be him?
Yeah. But at the same time, in his mind, because my son looks so much like my other children and looks like
him?
Yeah, he's just like, that's probably his daddy. That's who you need to be getting child support from.
How big a town do you live in?
I don't know. It's big, though. It's not like Cheers where everybody knows your name. Well, I do have a unique name, so you never know.
A few people know it. I must say, a few people know it. Listen, you have 8 children, 3 different fathers.
That's correct.
And possibly a 4th.
Yes.
With a 9th child on the way.
Yes.
And Mr. Woody, you have 6 different children with how many different mothers?
5.
5 different mothers.
Yes. And
that's including her.
No, that's not.
No, that's not including her. So this will be the 6th.
This will be my 7th child.
7th child, 6. But with 6 different mothers.
Yes.
And 2 possibly with her, but 1 definitely with her.
Yes.
I hope I cleared that up. All right. We're going to take some time off, figure where we're going to go from here, and we'll resolve your paternity issue at that time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This matter is temporarily adjourned.
I don't reach out to a lot of my exes or to men. They reach out to me.
And you respond back.
And I do.
It's the reach back problem that we have here.
Yes.
She went out and spent $400 on an iPhone. Mind you, we already have phones, so there was no need for this phone, which gives me reason to believe why she needed a secret phone to do something.
Are you worried about it? The paternity of that 3-year-old?
If I am the father, I would have liked to have known this 3 years ago.
So have you not thought that this was your child all along?
This is just, just brought to my attention just recently.
Previously on Divorce Court.
Me and Ira had set up the swinging thing with Mr. Robert. Neither one of us really felt comfortable about the swinging, so me and him really didn't perform. It was more so trying to see what the other two were doing.
Mr. Woody, you say that there is a child that you believe is yours with her, or you're not really sure?
There's a possibility, Your Honor, but I'm not really sure.
We understand about that possibility, and I do have the DNA test.
Divorce Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
We're going to resolve this issue of paternity in a moment, but before we do, I have got to ask, your household must be full and hard to manage. Why don't you tell me just how many kids are currently under one roof
and which ones they are and how you're dealing with all of that.
So currently there's 6 children under our roof right now, 5 of my own, and then 1 of his children. And it's chaos. The kids call me the enforcer because I'm the one, I have to play bad cop, good cop all the time. When Robert is home and he's not traveling and he's on the road, he's the yes person. I call him the yes man because if I say no, the kids will form in little groups and, oh, let's go ask Dad, he's here. And then, like, we have movie nights on Fridays. Our movie night just last Friday turned into everybody having their own bag of popcorn. Now, listen, I like giving the kids what they want, but they didn't need 6 different bags of popcorn. I was highly upset about that because it wasn't the regular average butter popcorn. It was the caramel popcorn. That's my favorite. And he didn't let everybody get their own individual bag. But, you know, the kids, they
get upset about the oddest things, I must say. I mean, everything is pretty much a free-for-all until it comes to popcorn, and then you got a problem. Mr. Woody, are you not much of a disciplinarian? Do you leave that to her?
I give the kids a lot of slack. You know, I don't flash as much as she does. You know, I'm kind of laid back and mellow, and I'll talk to them softly. Her, on the other hand, she's just constantly she's yelling all day and just making demands all day, and, you know.
I have a strong personality. Not making demands, but I run a tight ship. And for that, the kids are well-behaved and well-mannered. Now, if you come on a good day with him, they just doing what they want to do. For instance, last weekend, they go to bed Monday through Thursday. I make them go to bed at 8 o'clock. I was off at the nail shop.
8 o'clock.
I came home.
More like 6:30, Your Honor.
I came home. Ain't no one ate dinner. Everybody's still up. They watching TV, eating popsicles.
Running around, having a good time.
I'm like, what's going on? Oh, the enforcer's here. That's all you heard when I was walking through the door. The enforcer's here. Hurry up. Everybody hide. Everybody get in a corner. Quiet.
Mr. Woody, do you back up the rules that she makes? If she's not there, do they not go to bed at the right hour?
No, I do back up some of the rules, but some of the rules are kind of,
that's not good enough
you know,
for me.
the kids going to bed at 6:30, 6 o'clock.
She says 8 o'clock.
It's not 8, Your Honor.
It was only
it's 8.
The time he's talking about was because everybody was doing what they wanted to do. Yes, I did.
You made him go to bed early.
Yeah, so my thing is, if you come home and you don't do your chores and you don't do your homework, we just make your bedtime instead of 8 o'clock, we make it 6:37. So kids wasn't doing they wasn't doing what they wanted to do. But at the same time, like I said, he's sitting here acting like it's a bad thing. When I was a kid, if we didn't come in when the street lights came on, we got our bus whooped. Nowadays, with all these different laws and rules, I ain't gonna put my hands on you. I'm gonna just tell you one time or look at you, and that's why they call me the enforcer. But once again, I'm not there to try to really be really mean with my kids. I just want to be firm and stern. And sometimes he does back me up, but then sometimes he doesn't because he wants to be the good cop, which I get it. He's on the road majority of the time. I'm the one there, but we have to have a united front. Even if you may disagree with what I'm doing, don't do it when I'm there. Do it when you're there. But then, see, that's why they walk all over him and do what they do.
Do you think they walk all over you?
Not at all. They don't know. I think they give me a lot more respect.
That's why he's smiling, Your Honor. He knows.
They don't walk over me, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Look, they gonna watch this episode and be like, oh, she told him about the popcorn? Oh, man. They gonna be upset.
Ms. Bowers, I can't figure you out. Your parenting game is strong. You know what I mean? You got rules, you got regulations. It's right or wrong, you don't do right. And then in your romantic life, you do whatever. And I can't quite, you confuse me. I don't know.
And that's why I'm here, Your Honor. I need your help. I do need help in that aspect as far as the lying and the not wanting to so much, because I don't reach out to a lot of my exes or to men. They reach out to me.
And you respond back.
And I do.
It's the reach back problem that we have here.
Yes.
Because guys will reach out all day long if they think you'll reach back.
And that's what I said, Your Honor. She tells me, oh, what do you want me? You want me to delete my Facebook page? I'll delete my Facebook page.
See,
no, it's not
compromise.
that. You know, it's the responding thing. They could try to get at you all they want, but if you're not responding, you know, eventually they're going to stop trying to get at you.
Right, right.
But when you're responding, that's giving them the, you know what I'm saying, the idea that, okay, it's okay.
No, but my thing is, though, too, Your Honor, some of these men I don't even send replies back to, and he still gets upset. Some guy complimented me and said I was beautiful, and he got upset with me. Mind you, he got the text and the message before I did. He has my Facebook information. So why are you upset with me at what a man said to me when I didn't even respond?
I got you. Ms. Burris, do you have trouble resisting romantic temptation?
No, because I just have a problem with, communicating back when other men communicate with me. Hold on, no, that doesn't make sense.
It sure didn't. You're a very bright lady, and that didn't work out at all.
Okay.
What, Mr. Woody, what is your thoughts on that matter?
That she has a problem reaching back out to other men when they reach out to her.
Yeah, that's.
Do you need a constant source of admiration and attention from men?
Sometimes, yes, because the communication's not really there with Robert because of so many different relationships that we've both had between each other. And so when some of these men reach out to me, they're providing me with what I would like him to provide me with. And that's conversation. And
so you say he doesn't talk to you?
No, he talks to the kids all day long. And like I said, when it comes to him playing Inspector Gadget, he's great.
But he doesn't talk to you?
No. If we're communicating about him tracking me, oh, he got all the conversation in the world. But when it goes to let's watch a movie together and then let's have a intellectual conversation about that, no, because he'll bring it back. Oh, well, let's talk about that text message, that man that was in your inbox. Hold on, I don't even know about the man because you got the message.
You got the inbox and
exactly.
He didn't. Yeah. Next, I'm going to move on to the next issue, which I can't believe you don't have problems here, is finances, because I understand you have some large financial differences and it's causing difficulties in your relationship. Well, we still haven't figured out if this child number whatever is yours, and we're going to find that out now.
Oh, man, he might need some tissue.
Mrs. Bowers, you contend that Mr. Woody doesn't do enough to pull his weight financially around the house because his money is scattered amongst other homes. Why don't you explain what you mean by that?
Out of my 5 biological children that stay with us, he has one of his children that lives with us.
Right.
And he still manages to take care of 2 households because he has his other relatives that he tends to help out, which I get it. I know Robert's a good man and he's a good person and his intentions are well, but I'm a firm believer in you're supposed to take care of your home front first. And then whatever you have, then you help out.
Right.
I just feel like he needs to be a little bit more responsible when it comes to things because he still has a household with us.
Right. Mr. Woody, your response to that?
I do help out my relatives a lot, and I also help out around the house. She has a problem budgeting money, Your Honor. She has a problem with her spending and money just burning a hole in her pocket and her buying unnecessary things.
Give me some examples of some of the unnecessary things that she's bought.
She went out and spent $400 on an iPhone. Mind you, we already have phones, so there was no need for this phone, which gives me reason to believe why she needed a secret phone to do something. So she had $400, Your Honor. She spent like $3-something on an iPhone that wasn't needed. And I'm like, what's the purpose of you having
When you say you help out your family members, are you talking about the other children that you have? Or are you talking about grown folk?
No, my other children as well. My other children as well, Your Honor, and grown
people,
folks.
other grown people.
And grown folk. Wait, you've got children with 5 different women. Isn't child support crushing you without you giving it to grown members of your family?
It is, but he doesn't see it like that because he sees it as...
Let the man answer the question.
It's not...
He may not be as quiet as you think. He just can't get a word in edgewise at the house. Mr. Woody, go ahead and speak for yourself.
It's not crushing me, Your Honor. You know, I'm in pretty good, you know, standings with my kids' moms. You know, we're all kind of still... None of us have any, like, differences.
You don't have any issues?
No,
everybody's cool?
No, we don't have any issues. Everybody's cool. You know, I do what I can when I can, and I help out around the house more than I do my relatives, but she doesn't see that because when I get my text...
But what I can when I can, that sounds so... Their mothers take care of it. I throw them a couple dollars here and there, and it's really not my responsibility to make sure they got everything they need.
Well, no, it's not that, Your Honor. It's just me being a truck driver. You know, I may go on the road for 12 days at a time. Right. When I come back, I might not go back out to work for another week or 2, or I might come back after that 12 days and go right back out. So it's all, you know, sometimes I may get paid once a month, sometimes I might get paid 2 or 3 times a month. So it all, you know, it varies.
Okay.
But then yet he went and purchased a car. We don't even have a car right now.
That's for my son's birthday, Your Honor.
Exactly. But he purchased his son a vehicle, which his son doesn't need because he has a vehicle, which is a 71 Cutlass. That's his dream car.
You bought your son your dream car?
Yeah, Caprice.
So you go there and drive it every once in a while?
I drive it time to time.
Yeah, but does she have a car?
No.
Her car just broke down, Your Honor. She had a car. It's a budget.
You got money to buy her another one?
Oh, we're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah, we're working on it.
So
Don't give the other relatives money until all of your households are taken care of. You got a lot of them to take care of. You know what I mean?
Understood, Your Honor.
You got something in the bank?
No, Your Honor.
Oh!
Prepaid
What if
card.
there's a
Everything's on
problem?
prepaid.
That's what he looks to me. I'm the responsible one.
Well, we still haven't figured out if this child number whatever is yours, and we're gonna find that out now. Are you concerned about it? Are you worried about it? The paternity of that 3-year-old?
If I am the father, I would have liked to have known this 3 years ago.
Do your children consider you the good cop or the enforcer at home? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court. Mr. Woody, does it really... Are you concerned about it? Are you worried about it? The paternity of that 3-year-old? Is it a bone of contention between the two of you?
It's kind of a little bit of all those you just mentioned. Due to the fact that if I am the father, I would have liked to have known this 3 years ago.
So have you not thought that this was your child all along?
Yes, this is just brought to my attention just recently.
That it could be yours?
Yes.
Only because my son, he won't call him. He refuses to call him Uncle Woody. He calls him Daddy. So.
Well, he doesn't know what the DNA says.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I believe he's still going to love him the same.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to be a part of that child's life either way it goes. Still going to love him the same as I love my other children.
Well, he's not yours. Just like you thought that he's not yours.
Oh, man, he might need some tissue.
So.
Wow. That's crazy.
Why did you tell him it might be his after all these years?
Well, just because we had been doing our thing, and like I said, he does resemble him a little bit.
So this is another guy altogether?
Yes.
Are you going to call the guy who you think is the father and let him know?
Yeah, I'll let him know, which, like I said, we kind of all three kind of knew it was a big possibility, but I still don't believe he's going to do anything.
Why would you shrug your shoulders about something like that?
Because my model is this. My grandparents raised me. And when I had my children, I never wanted to bring my children into this world and not be with their fathers or be with the individual I had kids with. My dream was to always have children with one man and to stick with that man.
And clearly that did not happen.
No, clearly it didn't.
The last time you were here, I remember you were troubled about how your lifestyle was affecting your kids. Let's take a look.
I've been living in fear. I have my kids at home asking me, are they going to have to go away because daddy's making irresponsible choices? And I told them, no, it's not going to happen.
I don't know what's going on with you guys. I'm worried for you.
Like I said, when we did the last show, it was really emotional, and you kind of opened my eyes to see a lot of stuff. And like I said, at that time, I had a whole lot of stuff going on in my life. Now carrying this child and being with Robert and, learning to love again and to actually fall in love, because at the time with Ira, I was in love, but love had long since left.
Right.
So now I just
Yes, I remember the situation was very uncool.
Yeah.
I was concerned about you. It was not
at that
cool.
time, and these were your exact words, Miss Jones, going forward, this is paramount to these children. You do not ever, because you just ripped these kids apart left and right. So you just stopped the case at that point in time. And that really stuck with me because
you were the only person in 11 years. I was like, I can't even finish this.
Yes.
Because it was so jacked up.
Yep.
And I wanted you to go home and take care of your kids because I was concerned.
Yep.
Well, birth control. Let's discuss that. I'm gonna give you my little speech on birth control, and then we're gonna wind this thing up.
What would you do if your partner had a baby outside of your relationship? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Familiar with the term profligate?
No.
I think you're romantically profligate. Go home and look it up. But you can't conduct your life like it's one sexual free-for-all and not use contraception and think things are not going to be complicated. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you use birth control?
Yes, but to be honest with Your Honor, I've gotten pregnant on every form of birth control.
Really?
Yes.
Because I can't figure it out, because you don't come across as all the whatever woman. You come across as regulated, but 9 children in, I'm wondering, how could that be?
No, I've gotten pregnant on like this last pregnancy, I was on the IUD, and I was actually going in for a regular checkup and to get the IUD removed because me and Robert were talking about having some children, and that's when they told me I was pregnant.
Wow. I can't fuss at you for that.
So at this point, I even told my doctor, and my doctor asked him, how do you put up with her? Like, you know, this is the 9th baby. How do you do it? But I even told him.
Well, you know, I think that's a little unfair to ask how they put up with her, because he's got kids with 5 different women. You know, you're going to tag a woman about having a whole bunch of kids. You got to tag that dude. You done been traveling more than she has. So you can't just, you know what I'm saying? And you do what you can for your other children. She take care of her children, and you do what you can. You know, a woman, she has a couple of affairs, or she has a couple of kids, and everybody, oh, she's a whole this, that, and the other thing, but dude got 19 kids, and I'm like, hey! You know what I mean? You can't just tag the woman. I don't practice medicine, so I can't tell you what to do. I think you're an intelligent woman. I really do. Stick with this one guy right here. And then have as many, you know, don't have any more. You get fixed. You do your job on that end. It's just not the woman's obligation to make sure that no more children come in the world. You've got an equal obligation as well, and you can't afford the ones you got. So don't keep making them, because if he goes in the wind...
Oh, that baby will be in the truck with him, Your Honor. They might travel back up here to see.
Well... I wish you all the best. I really do. I wish you the best. I wish you the best. But think ahead, ladies and gentlemen, about what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. You don't have money to give your relatives. And if they ask you, play him a tape of this show. He doesn't have the money. He's broke. He needs to give it to his kids. Quit asking for it. There you go. Now this matter is adjourned.
I know that was tough for you. The paternity test came in. What's your reaction? What are your thoughts now?
You know, I'm feeling a little disappointed, you know, that I'm not the child's father, being that I was led to believe there was a possibility that I was.
Now, he seemed pretty confident that this baby is his. Are you 100% sure?
Yes, I'm 100%
You can come back for a 3rd time? You know, Judge Lynn will...
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here in divorce court today because I'm going to marry Gerald, and I want to work on communication problems before I marry him.
We're learning each other's ways.
We are abstinent, and it's been a 3-year-long distance relationship.
Betty's temper can get out of hand at times.
Gerald is a wonderful, wonderful person, but he is human.
Sometimes Betty makes me feel low by the way she talks to me.
If the procrastination would just kind of calm down, I think we'll have a wonderful marriage.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I have before me today Betty Bradley and Gerald Frazier. The two of you are here on a Before the Vows. You filled out my compatibility test, gave me your license with permission to tear it up should I think your union is ill-advised. You two got together late in life, but I understand that you had known each other from before. So Chaplain Betty, that's what they call you, right? Mm-hmm. Chaplain Betty, why don't you tell me the story of your romance?
Gerald and I, our parents we came from separate churches. Mine was in New Jersey and his was in Detroit. and our parents knew each other. We came into the same church from the womb. Our parents would come to Passover, which is like a holy convocation each year, and that's where we would see each other. We were little. I have a Facebook page that's for encouragement and edification and all, and Gerald saw that, and from what he tells me, he fell in love with me, my picture, and what I write, and we were being church cousins, and that's what I was being, but he said at the time he knew he wanted to be my husband, and that's how we got
But you
together.
didn't know when you hooked up with him online that he was the guy that you had grown up with when you were little. Mr. Frazier, is that pretty accurate?
That's it. I had met her, I saw her picture, and kept following her page that she was writing on Facebook. So we kept talking and kept texting each other. Come to find out, we knew the same people, and we knew them from church.
From back in the day.
Yeah, and
From back in the
so
day.
we kept communicating back and forth with each other, and finally I had been praying for a Christian woman, a Christian wife. We could walk up this way together, and this is how when I saw her and seeing that we knew each other, I just
You
said,
knew,
this
you
is
knew
it.
that was it.
That
was it. Well, Chaplain Betty, why are you here? Why are you concerned about whether or not you should actually jump the broom?
I'm 69 years old, and Gerald is baby. He's 68, and
baby. 68.
We're kind of set in our ways, and our worlds were totally different, but still are. And
give me some examples of how your worlds or the way you do business differ.
Okay. I'm a chaplain, Gerald's a deacon, and we both were raised in a church keeping the Sabbath and all, but I ended up in a Sunday church, and he still was in the Sabbath keeping church. And I'm also, I'm degreed and he's not. And, you know, and being a chaplain, my position is higher than his and that kind of thing. And there was a lot of things that I would say, speaking to my friends, and you know, the way I talk, he didn't quite understand. And so I would use brevity, you know, because I'm in hospitals and all, and in jails and that kind of thing, and I don't have a lot of time during the day to talk. And so he didn't quite understand some of those things, but we've since worked that out.
Mr. Frazier, she was saying that you're on different educational levels, and that at some time caused a little bit of friction. Is that an accurate recitation of what went on?
Yes, ma'am. Certain ways that she's been accustomed to living and certain ways that I have. And so we would kind of hassle back and forth with each other.
Well, give me an example of something you would hassle over.
Overwhelmed. When I had it in my mind that overwhelmed was when a person is happy, you know, and that they really but when she would tell me she's overwhelmed, she was talking about it being in a low stage.
Yeah.
And so we would kind of hassle out about that, you know, and
so y'all fighting over the word overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And it's pejorative meaning, but it's like I'm overwhelmed with joy or I'm just overwhelmed by circumstance.
Yeah. Like
who won that one?
Well, she did.
Yeah, okay.
But the brevity, she was telling me that, you know, how you use your words, cut your words down. And so when she told me that, it's like you get the attitude where, man, you know, am I going to be able to cope with this, you know, because she's knowing words and saying words to me that I don't quite understand. But as time went on, she has taught me. And
did you get the feeling that she was trying to adjust who you are or mold you a little bit because she wanted you to be a little bit more like her?
Not like her, but
kick your game up a little bit.
Yeah. It's like taking the ghetto out to you. Know?
I never said that.
Deacon Frazier says you're trying to take the ghetto out of her.
No.
Is that true?
No. He was speaking in his church and he wanted to learn how to teach and all, teach the Bible and all. And I was saying use brevity, but also enunciate and use a little cadence. He was asking for my help. So I was giving him, You know, because I love Gerald You told me I watch you twice a day, every single day, other than weekends. And I also I counsel with relationships and all, and I use a lot of your stuff, almost everything. And you told me to when you get a man, I'm paraphrasing. You get who you get. This is who he is.
You get the man you pick, not the one you hope you'll become.
There you go. That one.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I took that to heart, and that's exactly. I love who he is. I love who he is. But when you're asking me to help me out, and he has grown tremendously. He really has. But you can't complain about something you're asking me to do.
Right. Exactly. Did it get on your nerves a little bit? Did she know when to stop correcting and adjusting? Did she know when to call it a day?
Yes, but she had been accustomed to living a certain way because of her. She was married for 30 years, and she had been accustomed to living this way with him, and he passed. But when I come along, it's like I'm having to learn her ways, and she's learning my ways, and it's rough.
It's rough, yeah. And that leads me to the next issue I want to get on, because I thought it was very, very important. You described your ex-husband in your papers as a saint, which is deep.
I did? I didn't mean to. Well, he was.
But at least you have that feeling about him, and I want to know how you feel now, how he compares to Mr. Frazier, and if you feel like that's any impediment to your ongoing relationship.
Gerald has procrastinated on his license and other things, but the apartment issue is the really bad one because we cannot live in my home.
Are you dragging your feet, Mr. Frazier, or you just, what's the problem? Chaplain Betty, why don't you tell me a little bit about your 30-year marriage, because that really changes and redefines who you are.
It was practically perfect. I was bedridden for 15, totally bedridden for 15 of those years of the marriage, and had to depend on him to do everything for me, to lift my head, and to fix my hair, to do everything for me, to dress me. And then I was in a wheelchair for 12 of those 15 years. And this man, I begged him to divorce me because I was dying. And I knew that it wasn't fair to him. And he stuck in there and took care of me and my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren, helped raise them. And I see a lot of similarities in Gerald. He would do the same thing for me. I know he would, because Gerald took care of my mother 3 or 4 times and was willing to marry me knowing we would have my mother. He's one of the most fantastic persons I know. But Gerald is totally different than Norman, and I like it that way. And when I met Gerald, I was still grieving, even though it was 12 years.
Mr. Frazier, do you feel at all compared to her ex-husband? Because he sounds like a wonderful dude, and I mean, you're not in competition with him, clearly, but sometimes maybe you feel like you're in competition with the memory of him?
Well, I know. The first time we had met, we went to a restaurant, and I asked her, well, it's for our engagement party, and they were going to give the engagement party at a restaurant. So I told her, I asked her a question, how much is the cost going to be? She said, oh, we don't worry about the cost. Our family just goes on and pays whatever it may be. Well, I got upset because I felt like, why am I going in here not knowing what I'm going to have to pay for, where she said they don't think about it. So we hassled out about that.
Now, Chaplain Betty, did you do that? I mean, I don't care how much money you have. You ought to know how much stuff costs.
Gerald is extremely cheap. And I admit I'm extremely extravagant, but I think that we're going to balance. He is extremely, and I think that we're going to balance that out, though, because I do need to pull back. No, what it really was is that we were originally supposed to go to.
Well, let's not get all into the details of what restaurant you went to. My understanding is that you have a problem that he's procrastinating and that he won't get an apartment so you can get married because you don't want to start your new life in a house where your old life was. Tell me what the problem is there.
Yeah, my husband died in the tub there. And we have 30 years of memories there, but I want to make new memories with Gerald on our own, and it'll just be our
So
memories.
what's he not doing?
The original plan, we were supposed to get married in June, and he was supposed to have been in Kansas City, because he lives in Detroit, and I live in Kansas City. He was supposed to be there at least 2 months prior to our wedding, get an apartment, and because there's plenty of them there, and we were supposed to move right into it. Gerald has procrastinated on his license and other things, but the apartment issue is the really bad one, because we cannot live in my home.
Are you dragging your feet, Mr. Frazier, or are you just, what's the problem?
Well, I'm not accustomed to moving from state to state. And when I had asked her, when she had said something about finding an apartment, I felt as though she could find out more so than me, because I have never been there.
Been there, and that's her territory.
Yeah.
She knows it.
Yeah.
She's got it together.
Yeah.
That sounds rational to me.
Your Honor, I bought my very first house at 21 years old. I have not lived in an apartment or gotten one since I was 17. I've only bought houses. I don't even know how to rent or get an apartment. And I did look and look and look, and even gave them
Now, Chaplain Betty, I'm gonna call you on that one. That's ridiculous. I haven't had an apartment since I was a little person, but it's very easy to figure it out. You go over there, you title over there, you get a lease. You know,
okay,
it's not that hard.
When I tried to do it, I did do it, and I was asking other people that had done it. I didn't know about the fee and the this and the that and the other, but I learned. And then I told him, but they wanted him to come there and fill out the
sign
application
and do all that,
all
yeah.
this other stuff. I even found a person that would waive that and email it and let me do it that way, and Gerald still wasn't ready.
My understanding is that you believe that his family hates you, and I want to talk to you about that. I understand you think she needs anger management.
Well, at times I get kind of hard-headed, but when she tries to tell me things or we don't see eye to eye, she gets upset with me.
Do you believe you need anger management?
How would you feel if your partner constantly compared you to their late spouse? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Why do you think his family hates you? You seem like an awfully charming woman to me.
Because they felt that Gerald was supposed to stay in Detroit, and they wanted to know, out of all the women in Detroit, why did you have to get one in Kansas City and all? And so they don't deal with him that hardly at all, because if they did, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we did. And his own family came and was telling me all kinds of awful things.
What kind of awful things were they saying?
Saying that he was a drunk, which I know he isn't. Saying that he just wanted me because my home is paid for and all, and he just wanted those kinds of things, and just saying just lies. And let's let Mr.
Frazier talk a little bit. Now,
Yeah,
give him some room to breathe.
Yeah,
Mr. Frazier, what was your family saying to you?
They wasn't saying it to me, they were saying it to her. And I couldn't believe that they were going back saying these things to her about me when I was younger, how I used to drink and go here and do different things. And I was like, why would they come to her and tell her these things?
Something from 5 decades ago.
Yeah, and trying to kill her spirits from talking to me. And then they would say, oh, you spending more time with her than us. But I've been there in the city for years, and I can't hardly get them to come by
and see you. No. After a certain age, they don't drop by no more.
Yeah.
They leave you alone until you break, and then somebody has to take you. I understand you think she needs anger management.
Yes.
She seems pretty calm to me.
Oh, yeah.
How excited does she get?
Well, at times I get kind of hard-headed, but when she tries to tell me things or we don't see eye to eye, she goes off on me. But she
goes
says,
off. What does that look like?
Well, she hollers at me. She gets upset with me, and then it leads from one upset to another upset. and we're both at each other's throat. But when all said and done, we kind of see the eye to eye.
You can figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you believe you need anger management?
I didn't need it until I met Gerald. But no, Gerald yells. He gets, he doesn't mean it, but when he gets excited or
he's loud,
he's very defensive and all. And I tell him, I love you. I'm going to deal with whatever it is. You don't have to be defensive with me. But he yells, and I don't speak loudly, never. And I can't stand the yelling. It makes me sick.
It sounds like you're the one that needs anger management, not her.
Yeah. And
well,
the way she describes it. But I'm going to leave you. I looked at your compatibility test, and I'm going to say a few things, and then we're going to call it a day.
What would you do if someone asked you to marry them after only chatting online? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Usually when I read compatibility tests, it's an exercise in anguish. You know, it's just this nonsense and silliness and foolishness. And you guys wrote the most beautiful stuff to the most mundane of questions. I mean, it was like, this is what I will give my intended spouse: love, joy, peace, and happiness. I will work together with him. You know what I mean? It was just fabulous. Even when I asked a question about cheating, and you said, I'm not interested in that. I am devoting my time to my wife. The reason why I'm getting married again is I want to put all my time into her. I mean, woo! I mean, all of it from both of you was just fantastic and wonderful and lovely. Now, Mr. Fraser, you know, you seem like you're doing all right, but you got no time to waste. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You know, I mean, I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
The clock is moving.
Yeah.
And it's not falling in your direction. So if what I would do if I were you was go ahead on, you know, figure out the lease, make that move, don't listen to your family because they ain't coming by to see you no way. Get this marriage certificate and go on and marry that woman. Best of luck to both of you. You are great.
Thank you. I do need to work on my anger. And I do need to be a little bit more patient with you, but I do want you to move it up a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna try my best to step things up and to be the person that I should be, and that I'll get to stop procrastinating and go on and do it.
Oh, you are.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm here because I've been with Cameron for 11 years. Our marriage is on the outs, and I'm trying to give one last chance to save it.
Erin's created all of these problems to take the focus off of her. She's ruined my friendships and my life, pretty much.
He has a family, and he needs to be a married man and act like it.
I believe that I've been there for Erin emotionally throughout our entire relationship and tried my best to support her.
Cameron thinks I should be okay with his friendship because he says he's not doing anything wrong, that she's just a friend. But there's obviously more to that because your friendship means more than your marriage.
Erin is so jealous of Lily because she feels that she is prettier than her and that I am closer to her and we have more in common. She shouldn't be jealous.
I feel like I'm not a priority in Cameron's life because he's selfish.
If there was anything that could save this marriage, it would be a lot of change on Erin's part.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Cameron Adams and Erin Adams. The two of you have been together for 11 years, married for 6, and have 2 children together, but do not want to be married anymore. Mr. Adams, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your situation and why we're here in Divorce Court today?
Well, Judge, I'm here today because we have been together for 11 years, and up until about a few years ago, I would say we had the perfect relationship. Everybody thought we were the best relationship. We got along just fine, didn't have any issues. It started probably when she would go back home to Oklahoma, where we're from, I guess you could say, and I found out that she was looking up her ex So, like, I was using her phone one day because mine was broke, and in the search history, I seen her ex's name and that she was searching him. So I questioned her about it, and I said, you know, you looking up your ex, what's this all about? And she denied it and said she wasn't. So I then showed her in her phone, I'm like, yes, you were. Here it is, right here.
It is.
And she got mad, angry, started flipping out on me and just yelling at me, and it caused a lot of problems. Another time that she went back was for her grandmother's funeral. And she came back, and shortly after, she was pregnant. Now, as far as I knew at the time, she was on birth control. She had always been on birth control. And so the timing of it was kind of weird to me for her going back there. So it didn't make any sense to me. So I'm asking her about that, and you can explain this to me. And she was getting mad and angry and flipping out about that too, to where it started turning into being about me, and I'm getting accused now, and I'm, you know, what am I doing? And we can't even discuss anything about her.
Right.
So it ended up turning out to where I have a coworker that I was friends with at many different jobs. She knew this person, which his name is Lily, that we had hung out together. She actually won these tickets to the fair off the radio station. She wasn't able to go.
Before we get there, I want to talk about that, I do.
Okay.
But I want to find out what's happening in Oklahoma first. Ms. Adams, what's happening in Oklahoma?
Nothing was happening in Oklahoma. I was shooting the breeze with my friends, my girlfriends back home, and of course, well, I'm from a very small town, like a graduating class of like 76. So when most of us grew up together.
Right.
Well, one of my exes, like, I had looked him up because we had been talking about him. And so I'm like, oh, I wonder, you know, what he's doing these days and this and that. It was completely instant. I'm not in love with him. I don't know why I did it, because I really don't even care that much. I was just being curious.
Just wondering, what happened to him?
Yeah, because we got into talking about past stuff. And the timing of my pregnancy is not even the time that I went to Oklahoma. That doesn't even add up. That shows how much partying he does.
Mr. Adams, let me ask you this. Of the things that you saw between her and her ex in Oklahoma, or about her ex in Oklahoma, were any of them suspect, or were they just, I wonder what he's up to?
It was suspect in the fact that she lied about it and denied it, that it ever even happened. I mean, if that was the case, why lie?
Did you lie about it? I didn't lie about it. He woke me up one night and said, so why were you looking up your ex? And I'm like, what? Out of dead sleep. What? What are you talking about? And he was like, why'd you look up your ex? Why'd you look him up? And I'm like, because I was curious. No, I never said that I didn't.
You said you didn't. That's why I showed you the phone. I said, here, yes, you did. Here it is right here.
Okay, I got you. So I want to go back to the pregnancy. You believed that she was on birth control.
Right.
And she got pregnant, so that weirded you out a bit because you didn't know how that happened.
Correct.
Okay. What is your take on that pregnancy thing?
When I stopped taking my birth control because my insurance lapsed, I told him. He sits there and says that I didn't tell him, but I have told him this. So he's telling me I looked up my ex and then I got pregnant 3 months later?
It was in August.
Mr. Adams, did you not know she had gotten off birth control?
No, I did not. I did not. In fact, even later on after that, even in her phone, again, there's a message that she sent talking about I wasn't taking my birth control, and big bold letters, do not tell that in it.
Don't tell our business, not you. You already knew.
I even have it right here. I have it. I mean, it's a little blurry. You can't really see it because my phone was messed up at the time, but you can see exactly what she says.
Ms. Adams, were you talking about your birth control situation?
Yeah, because it wasn't planned. This pregnancy just like happened. I was upset about it. He was upset about it. He had known this situation. When I say don't tell, I'm not talking about my husband.
Right.
I'm talking about my co-workers and everybody else, because we are a very, very small place. And when things get said, the whole place knows.
I didn't know.
You did know because I told you.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you something. And just something you might want to saute on. My husband says to me, you didn't tell me a lot when I know I did, because I know you ain't listening. I ain't mad about it, because I talk a lot. Sometimes he tunes me out, so I'm good. I don't get mad. You know, he gets tired of it. Is there a possibility that you get told stuff, but you're really not paying attention?
No, because later on I'll bring up those same facts to show her that I did listen, and I'll say a subject, and she'll say, oh yeah, constantly.
Maybe he was drinking
constantly.
Too much.
Oh yeah, you can say that all you want, but even more so, even beyond that, all this became a problem. When I brought it up, that she turned it around on me, and it was like, oh, you're with Lily. You want to be with Lily, and we couldn't even discuss this whole situation before.
I want to resolve the thing with the baby. You're clear now, though, that baby is yours, correct?
Yes.
There was no issue of paternity there.
No, I didn't do that. I mean,
He made me feel like
my
the whole
kids.
time I was pregnant.
I love my kids, and my kids are my kids. I see them, and I look at them, and I love them. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So now that we've got, I think I see what's going on here, but now that we've talked about all that, I want to talk about the person you brought up twice, Lily.
Yep.
She has a problem with Lily. Lily is your best friend. We're going to figure out just what kind of friend she is and why you have a problem with how tight they are.
Nothing was really said, and then maybe a few days before it was time for him to go, Lily was going with him, and Lily was going to be his ride down there. And they were staying the night at his friend's house.
So, Mr. Adams, I'm just going to ask you, who is Lily and why has she become an issue in your relationship?
Lily is one of my really good friends. We've been co-workers at multiple jobs throughout the years. I only believe she became an issue, which was years later, because I found out all these things about her. And when I brought up all these things, it just got turned around on me to where, oh, you're messing with Lily, or you love Lily and you're with Lily, when she was just a coworker.
Yeah.
She's a good friend of mine.
When you say all these things, you're just talking about her looking up, seeing what the ex-boyfriend was doing, right?
And lying about everything that I bring
lying
up,
about
and having the proof that she's lying, and then it's always, oh, I forgot, or oh, the story changes magically.
And is that it?
Not necessarily. I mean,
You say all these things like it was an ongoing, sequential issue, but it seems like this one thing that you're just rotating
well, I mean,
about.
that's what really started me not trusting her or questioning the things that she was doing from that point on. Because I mean, if I had proof that she was saying different things than what was really happening, it just basically made me not feel like anything she was saying was the truth. And then she starts turning the tables around on me to where we couldn't even discuss those things anymore. So it became Lily was the biggest issue in the world after that.
Why don't you tell me what your issue with Lily is?
He would hang out with her all the time, and he's sitting here accusing me of some things that I've done when I didn't really do anything.
Right.
But yeah, you're gonna go hang out with this girl when I don't even know when you're hanging out with her?
When you say hang out, give me some stories or parameters where it made you feel uncomfortable.
So he told me he was gonna go to Phoenix for his birthday, and so to hang out with one of his friends. I'm like, okay, cool. So I kind of felt like I wasn't invited. That's fine, you're hanging out with the guys, whatever. So then, in the meantime, I won these tickets off the radio, and there's 3 tickets. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll get to go. And so nothing was really said, and then maybe a few days before it was time for him to go, Lily was going with him, and Lily was going to be his ride down there. And they were staying the night at his friend's house. I was uncomfortable with that, but I was trying to stay cool and calm because it's not usually like me, but I didn't like it. I didn't like her from the get-go. When I met her, I'm like, I just had a feeling.
You didn't like it because that's a lie.
Don't you think it doesn't appear correct that you got mad because she just looked up an ex, but you're taking off with another woman out of town in a car, spending the night? Don't you think that's more suspect than just seeing, hey, what an ex was up to these days?
Well, just let me explain that situation because, like I have the problem with, that is a complete lie. When she won the tickets off the radio, it was maybe 3 or 4 weeks before we even go down there. I made a Facebook post saying, wife of the year has won me these tickets. I'm taking Lily and my other friend to the fair. So how could you possibly not know until 2 days before that we were going if I made a post? Lily and her commented on the post. Show you right here.
Okay. So she won you tickets, but she wasn't going to go with you?
No, she wasn't able to go.
Oh, I wasn't able to go because I wasn't invited.
I thought you didn't know. See, I'm saying another lie.
I just told you that I knew about the tickets. I won them.
All right. Well, since Lily seems to be a big issue, I think we ought to meet Lily. Lily Pfeiffer?
Yep.
How are you, Ms. Lily?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good, good. We want to talk to you momentarily about the nature of your relationship with Mr. Adams and why Mrs. Adams doesn't like you.
Oh, yeah.
Every single thing that I have.
Right.
You've seen it, so let me see your phone. He didn't really want to give it to me. I'm like, okay, well, finally he does. So I take it and I go out to the car because I'm going to search through it. And I drove off. And I drove off. Then he factory reset his phone.
Would you be concerned if your husband's best friend was a younger woman? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
So, Ms. Pfeiffer, I want to talk to you momentarily. You are a co-worker of Mr. Adams and friend. Why don't you tell me what you see in this relationship and your relationship to Mr. Adams?
Okay, well, I met Karen, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and it was right around our birthdays. We found out we had the same birthday. So, from my understanding, we were like kind of talking about, okay, maybe we'll celebrate together. Why not? And then a couple days later, he told me his wife had won tickets on the radio for the State Fair in Phoenix. And we were both working that night on our birthday, and I did have the car. So we drove down there. We didn't get there till like midnight probably. Went to the fair, came back the next day. We had a great time with his friend that I had just met. Came back that night, and we even all three hung out like perfectly fine. I thought everything was fine. You know, I thought that her and I had became
When
friends.
did you first figure out there was a problem, or did you?
Years later. I had moved away to Colorado. So I came back, and you know, he had kind of told me a little bit what was going on, but not really. He just told me that she didn't like us hanging out because she,
I've always had an issue. My problem is I didn't speak up. I didn't speak up until I started getting accused of this, and this, and this. And I'm like, oh, really? Because you're hanging out with this girl. You went somewhere with this girl overnight, and now she's back in your life, and you're hanging out all the time. You're never home. You're partying all the time. Well, I'm stuck at home with the kids. And on top of this was posted on social media.
Let me see.
And it does not look like, oh, you're just my friend kind of picture.
We weren't together, it didn't matter.
And yeah, we were together. We're married.
If you kick me out of the house, no, we're not together.
We're married. Mr. Adams. So now you are more than friends. Is that accurate?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Oh, but the picture's fine because we weren't together. So it's fine for y'all to look like more than
whatever.
friends. Yeah, that's perspective.
At this point, I didn't care because, like I said, you put me out of the house and kicked me out. Said you didn't want to be with me. I mean.
So after he took her to the fair, though, was there a continuing contact? Because my understanding is she moved away.
She did. I didn't think too much of it. Kind of let go over it or whatever. And we had been fighting about everything, like cleanliness and him being gone, and like there's this like time where it was like
nothing
this
but
with
arguing.
us. Yeah. And so I seen that she was back around because he was telling me I'm such a liar, and I'm like, well, let me see your phone because you've seen my Facebook messages, my iCloud, every single thing that I have.
Right.
You've seen it, so let me see your phone. He didn't really want to give it to me. I'm like, okay, well, finally he does. So I take it and I go out to the car because I'm going to search through it. And
you drove off?
And I drove off. Then he factory reset his phone.
Your one last complaint is you say he used to be a great dad until he started partying. Can you briefly tell me what's occurring in that regard?
He stopped hanging out with the kids. He used to like game with them and play with them and like do stuff with them, and he stopped. He stopped being around at all.
Mr. Adams, do you want to respond to that?
I do interact with my kids. I've bought us guitars. Any board games that we have, I've bought. The little pie in the face game where you slap yourself with whipped cream, I bought all that.
The fact
I
that
do
you
all
bought
that.
him is not the issue, whether or not you bought him. Her concern is that you're not with them.
I was doing those things with them. She doesn't. She'd be asleep.
Did you stop, though?
I only stopped in the sense of our interactions and us fighting to where I wasn't around so much.
Yeah, okay. I got a poem from Ms. Pfeiffer to you. I'm going to try to, I've read it, and I want to figure out what it means.
What would you do if your partner hated your best friend? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
I want to show Ms. Pfeiffer that poem. Is that a poem you wrote?
Probably. I write a lot.
Did you write it to Mr. Adams?
Yeah, I did.
It sounds like a love letter to me.
It is.
Am I wrong?
Well, it is in a way. This was a time when they were separated. They had been separated for a while, my understanding anyways. And I was drunk and I wrote him a love letter and I gave it to him. He's my friend. And I didn't mean it in a way that I'm in love with him. I know that looks,
it sounds
in
like
love.
You're mine
I
and
know
in
it
love.
sounds like
That's
total
what that
bullshit.
said.
Yes, I know. But it was more of like, I was just writing him a poem. You know what I mean? It sounds like BS,
He kept it in his wallet.
Yeah. I got it. Ms. Pfeiffer, I'm going to... Stop. put the poem down. Please have a seat. Thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate that. I really do. Now, I'm going to tell you, number one, I'm glad y'all getting a divorce because this thing is over. Number two is, Mr. Adams, let me tell you where I think you went wrong, and let me tell you, Ms. Adams, where I think you went wrong. I think you got stuck on that little hiccup about looking up the ex, and that changed your entire perspective of what was going on in the relationship. You put on those purple jealousy glasses, and everything you saw from that point forward, whether it was rational or not, was was a further indication of her unfaithfulness. And that's a fear response that you had that infected the entire relationship. That's all I'm going to say. Ms. Adams, walk on, walk well. You did your best you could. I saw that letter you wrote to him. And it was a letter that I thought was very extraordinary and one that I would share with any young woman. And it said in it, and I underlined it because I loved it, I'm sure you haven't noticed, but there is a reason why I stopped nagging about phone and games, because I am happy being me and happy in my space. If you're in a relationship with a guy who was blowing dark in your direction all of the time because of whatever happening in his head, because it's in his insecurities, you can't get overwhelmed by it. And you were overwhelmed by it. And then you decided, I'm going to find my happy because he's not going to be able to give it to me. Because you became a bad thing in his life. You became a cheater, even though you weren't one. And you decided to step on and move on and be happy in and of yourself. And I really respect that. I don't think you're a bad guy, Mr. Adams. I really don't. But I think that you're a frightened guy and not a secure guy, and that you won't be a right guy for any woman until you handle all of that. I wish all three of you the best. This matter is adjourned.
I guess knowing it from her, even though she tried to say that it wasn't like that, there's no other way it could be. The letter was, it is what it is, and it just hurts me.
Now that I'm going to be single, I'm not going to pursue a relationship with anybody. I'm going to work on myself and make myself a better person so that my kids will be taken care of and seen in the light that I did for them, where I've been portrayed as not doing for them. It won't be any question.
Today on Divorce Court.
Teresa, I brought you to divorce court so that you will stop accusing me of other women. You take it to the extreme.
You cheated on me with our ring on your face. The reason why I act the way I act comes from that.
When are you gonna let it go and stop bringing it into our present relationship? We'll see what the judge has to say about our situation.
Well, hell,
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Stephen Allen and Teresa Allen. The two of you have been together for 2 years, married for 1. You are in trouble at this point, and you've come to see me. Mr. Allen, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here today?
Well, we met in February of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
We got married on March 30th.
Okay.
Of the following year.
Okay.
Actually, it's the 29th. Let me read.
Yeah, get it right. You don't want to get that one wrong.
Yeah, I don't want to get that one wrong. And we're here today because of her unwarranted jealousies, her anger issues, and to give you a prime example, not long ago, we were at the grocery store, and I came outside to make sure that the car doors was locked because I left my phone in the car. And as we were going in, there was a couple in distress trying to get into their car. When I went back out, they were still out there, so I offered to help them get into the car.
Right.
And as I did, spent maybe 5 to 7 minutes out there, I got the keys out of the car, and when I turned around, Mrs. Allen was standing there breathing fire out of her nose. She was upset with me because I left her in the street.
Well, what did she say or do?
Nothing at that point, but when we left their presence and got in the car, she cut into me with her jealousy.
Okay.
Accusing
What
me.
did she say?
She accused me of coming outside only for the sole purpose of looking at this young lady because she was nice looking. And she constantly accuses me of women all the time.
Mrs. Allen, did that happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, do you really think he was out there just because it was a couple? Was it a man and a woman?
Yes, it was a man and a woman.
That he wanted to look at this woman. Why do you believe that?
Well, we have issues with him, infidelity. And
Explain that. Have you caught him cheating on you?
yes, I have. I haven't caught him per se, but the evidence is
You
there.
haven't caught him per se.
I haven't caught him.
Now, what evidence do you have that leads you to believe that he's cheating, even though you haven't
I
caught
had a
him?
conversation with an ex of his on the phone that called him. And when she called, she addressed herself as the girlfriend. And I told her I thought I was the girlfriend. So
how'd that conversation end?
That conversation ended him and her talking back and forth or whatever, and we ended up getting some of his things from her place, and he's been with me ever since.
Now, was there a rough transition there? You were still messing with the ex a little bit?
No.
So you weren't fooling around with the ex at all?
No, ma'am.
There was
But
nothing happening?
There was nothing happening. We had been in a relationship prior to me meeting Mrs. Allen.
So she was just trying to cause trouble?
She considered herself to be a cordial acquaintance of mine. She says that's impossible, that we can't have any contact, none whatsoever, but I have no control over someone calling my phone.
Do you not believe that she said she was your girlfriend?
Oh, she probably did tell her that. No, the quote unquote, me and him will always have a relationship. That was what was said. Not in the context of we're in a relationship.
We're in a relationship, but we'll
always
be
acquainted.
Beyond that conversation, do you have any other evidence that would lead one to believe that he's cheating? Because so far, that's pretty light.
Yes, I do. I've seen pictures in a phone of Stephen Allen and her getting ready to go out, and he was in his underwear at her house. So yes, I have.
When did you see these pictures?
That was back a couple months ago.
Were you in her house in your underwear a couple months ago? Took a snap?
No. No, she's mistaken about the date. That was in the transition. Okay, let me say this. We had got into an altercation.
Yes.
And I wind up leaving.
Yes.
And when I left, having nowhere else to go, this is a friend per se that was able, she let me stay at her house. There was nothing going on.
Nothing going on.
Nothing going on. And you know how women are. They do things. I mean,
how are we? Why don't you tell me how we are, Mr. Allen?
Sometimes women,
I'd like to know.
Sometimes women can be vindictive.
What?
Women can be vindictive. They do things out of spite, trying to make things.
So this woman was just a friend.
Yes.
Never was anything but a friend.
No, this was the ex.
The ex.
Yes.
Don't you think that's not the brightest move to make? Even if you weren't trying to get back with her, it would upset the ex because she used to have feelings for you, and it would upset the current because you're with the ex. I mean, like, a motel or something.
Convenience. Economically sound. No. Why would I pay for a hotel when I can sleep here? She works midnights. She's never at home.
Because it causes trouble with your wife.
Right.
But if my wife hadn't been in my phone, we would never had no trouble.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mrs.
I
Allen.
feel like if he's been intimate with her before, he cannot live at or stay at her house. That's like...
Would you have a problem if Mrs. Allen had an ex-boyfriend, you guys got into an argument, she went over there and stayed at his crib? Would you be okay with that?
Not at all.
There you go.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Not at all.
Sometimes, the economically, convenient thing to do is not the maritally correct thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
You got to honor and respect other person's feelings.
Right. I understand
Just like
that too.
she needs to honor and respect yours. So you realize you were wrong about that, right?
No doubt.
There you go.
And have asked for forgiveness. And I know it was a bad choice.
Okay. All righty. Ms. Allen, anything else?
But for there to be a second time, you can't get forgiveness for a third.
What happened the third time?
There was no third time. There was a second. So he don't get no more forgiveness.
Was there a second?
A text message with my name on it from her.
It says Steve with the exclamation point, 3 of them.
All right. I don't think we'll ever get to the bottom of this. I'm not altogether sure what happened, and I think he's not doing real wrong, but I think he's kind of wrong. But I want to talk about what happens when you guys argue about whatever wrong he may or may not be doing.
During a period, shortly after that, when I left, I stayed gone. She had cut up half of my clothes, put them in the tub and poured bleach on them. She knocked the 50-inch screen TV that I bought her from Christmas off and broke it too.
Mrs. Allen, did all that occur? Mr. Allen, I understand that when she gets angry about whether or not she believes you're cheating, it's explosive.
Very much so.
Could you give me some examples?
Yes. I brung a couple of photos.
Oh, you got pictures?
Yes. Give those to the judge.
Now tell me what I'm looking at, Mr. Allen.
You're looking at our vehicle on one of the pictures, and on the other picture is a trunk that I keep tools, whatnots in. That's the front left fender of a SUV.
There's a dent.
Looking at the chrome.
It's a dent and a scratch.
I take it Mrs. Allen did that.
Yes.
Did you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you manage that?
Well, on one of his occasions where he was getting ready to leave the house because we had gotten into an argument or whatever, I asked him not to leave in the car, and he went and got in the car to start it. I looked around, I couldn't find nothing, so I picked up that chest and I took it and I hauled it at the car and hit the car. I know.
Was he leaving or was he running away from you?
He was running away from me. He was getting away from me.
Do you have a bad temper?
Only when it comes to him.
And that's all we're talking about here is him.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
So what did you think? You said, hey, let me haul off, throw this chest at the car, and he'll think, let me stay?
No. It made me feel good at the moment.
It made you feel good at the moment?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me other instances that she got angry and upset.
Okay.
And acted a fool.
During a period, shortly after that, when I left, I stayed gone. Didn't find out until I did come back home that she had cut up half of my clothes, put them in the tub and poured bleach on them. And she says it was an accident, but she knocked the 50-inch screen TV that I bought her from Christmas off and broke it too.
Mrs. Allen, did all that occur?
Yeah.
And again, you weren't trying to prove a point. You were just mad and you were taking it out on his stuff.
Yes.
And I take it from your response, you know how wrong that is, right?
I know how wrong that is, but if Mr. Allen would cut this woman out of his life, I wouldn't cut up his clothes.
But Judge Toler,
Yes.
we are together. If we're not at work, 99% of our time is
you
spent
together.
together. So where does it leave time for me to put in the work to have another woman? And who wants more than I got enough on my plate right now? I mean, it's plain and simple.
Now, Mrs. Allen, he's kind of got a point there. You know what I mean? I'm sure he spends a lot of time with you because you can't make something like that up because you would know. And then, you know, you're a pretty thing over there.
Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
married you, and he loves you, and he's scared of you.
Right.
So why the tension over this one woman?
I feel like I'm stuck back there where it began.
All right.
I really do.
That's an explanation I can work with.
All right.
The question that I ask is, how do you define cheating? She said, cheating is when your spouse shares intimacy with someone other than you. That's what she considers cheating. Let me tell you what you're doing wrong, Mr. Allen.
How would you feel about your spouse remaining in close contact with an ex? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Divorce Court.
Now, Mr. Allen, you say Mrs. Allen has a gambling addiction, and Mrs. Allen, you say Mr. Allen spends way too much money on cigarettes. Mr. Allen, why don't you tell me about the nature of her addiction?
The casino is something that she does as far as she has fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to get her to understand that economically, that type of fun is not feasible when we can't afford it.
Right.
So she'll sometimes take $100, $200. Sometimes she'll take $300 and go to the casino under the pretense that it's gonna hit, and she's gonna win a jackpot or $1,000 or something, and then she comes home with the pouty face because the casino
got all
didn't
the money.
do what she thought it was gonna do.
Now, Ms. Allen, how often do you go to the casino?
Well, I used to go like 2 or 3 times a week, but since I've been with him,
Woo! Yes, sir.
Since I've been with him, though, I have slowed down. I go maybe once a week, spend $100.
And that's not every week. I'm gonna give her something.
Do you ever hit? Do you ever make any money? Do you ever win?
Sometimes it feels like donating. It does. But since I've been with him, I've slowed down a lot, and I don't want to just give up every little thing I have, so I might need to just find something that doesn't take money to, interest.
Or else you get something back out of it. You can go take I took ice skating lessons,
right.
Just whatever, you know what I mean? I mean, that's what I did, but
okay.
you know what I'm saying? Why don't you tell me about his cigarettes? How much could he be spending in cigarettes?
Well, he smokes I think 2 packs a day.
A day?
I think 2 packs a day.
Now,
but he's in denial.
Mr. Allen, do you smoke 2 packs a day?
No, there's something that goes along with the cigarettes. I smoke a pack of cigarettes a day.
A pack of cigarettes. What goes along with
But I drink beer. I drink beer. Cash socially. I drink a 6-pack.
You drink a 6-pack every day?
Not every day.
You smoke
I smoke a pack of cigarettes every day.
Now,
Sometimes
you do
a pack
know
and a
it's
half.
killing you slowly.
Right.
Right, you know that, right?
But life is.
But when the cigarettes do it, goes to the lungs, and them last 9 months are hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes years off your life. Years. You know?
That might
and
be
you're
true.
paying a company to kill you slowly.
That might be true.
You know what I'm saying? That's worse. I'd rather you go gamble, you take your $100, you at least come out.
I don't know.
I don't know. They smoke a lot in there, don't they? You probably getting a lot of secondhand smoke. But I'm just telling you, just, economically don't make a whole lot of sense, but, health-wise it don't make a whole lot of sense. And just cut down.
I have cut back.
And continue to do so.
I have cut back.
And continue to do so. Mm-hmm. You with me?
Yes.
All right.
Which behavior would be the hardest for you to forgive? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
I usually give my compatibility test to my before your vows, but this is a save my marriage. So sometimes I give them to my save my marriage couple so I can sift through the problems and see where your issues lie. And I think I found out where your problem is.
Okay.
The very last question that I ask is, how do you define cheating? You said what most folks say, sexual intimacy with. She said, cheating is when your spouse shares intimacy with someone other than you. That's what she considers cheating. Let me tell you what you're doing wrong, Mr. Allen. When you get married, sometimes you have to make adjustments. If there is somebody in your life that causes her foundation to be shaken, you gotta be able to, if not eliminate, separate yourself enough to give her calm, comfort, and care. And you may have the right to stay friends with your ex, but you told this woman that you would love, honor, and cherish her. And part of that is making her feel secure. And that relationship you have with that woman is making her insecure. And you have to decide whether or not you love your wife the way a man ought to love your wife and keep her safe and secure. You got to ask yourself that. It may not be the convenient thing for you to do. It may not be the thing that you want to do, but you got to ask yourself, is it the thing I'm man enough to do for my woman? Doesn't mean you were wrong, but it's hurtful to her. And you got to ask yourself, how right kind of a guy do I want to be? Because I love her.
Because I do love her. And this is what I've been trying to exemplify to her over this last...
And there's one thing that you need to do in order to show her that, and it's discontinue contact with this other woman.
I have.
That's it, and that's all.
I have.
Has he?
I'm not sure.
Now listen, if she's let her go, you need to let it go.
I will let it go.
Because you can't beat him up with what he used to do, and he has no reason to do better if you're going to continue to beat him up with what he used to do. What kind of sense does that make?
I think I have to say this right here, though, because it's only been a couple of weeks ago when she texted him that Steve with the explanation. It's only been a couple weeks.
But I have no control. And be honest, Mrs. Allen.
Mm-hmm.
How did that woman get my phone number? Tell the truth.
A long time ago.
Now,
Mrs.
you
Allen,
see the deflection?
Mr. and Mrs. Allen, I like you both. I do. I think you are a great couple. I think you love the living daylights out of one another. I don't think he's fooling around with this woman. I think this woman might be trying to poke a little bit because people can do that.
Right.
People can do that. But you just make sure you're over the top with making sure that she doesn't feel insecure about this woman. Love her, honor, cherish her, and go on home. This matter's adjourned.
All right. Thank you. You got away. As Judge Lynn suggested, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that she feels secure and safe in regards to this other woman. I'm going to sever all ties and make it impossible for her to contact me because I surely won't be contacting her.
I think I'm going to take Judge Lynn's advice and give my husband another chance and work on my trust issues. And I love him, so it's worth it.
Today on Divorce Court.
A lot of things affect my relationship with Lindsay. She'll put other people before me. We are not fully committed into a relationship. And I do want us to be together, but her emotions get in the way. I don't believe that she has pictured herself with a woman. My family does not agree with me being in a lesbian relationship with DeShayla, but I've already made that decision and I'm very comfortable with it.
And I would do anything to make this relationship work, but if you don't want the relationship, then I would rather we just go our separate ways.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Lindsay Barton and DeShayla Johnson. The two of you have been together for 2.5 years. There is trouble in paradise, so you've come to me for my assistance. Ms. Barton, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this relationship and why we're here today in Divorce Court?
So we're here today to bring to your attention that we are trying to move forward in our relationship. And she has been married in the past. And she has been in contact with her ex-husband, and it kind of keeps me from moving forward. And they do still contact each other, do text message and phone calls here and there. So that's a part of my concern is how are we going to move forward if she still has contact.
When you say she has contacts with her ex, what kind of things is she saying to him and what's he saying to her?
The types of things I've seen through the phone. So I've seen messages like, oh, thanks for seeing me today. And I didn't know that she's seen him that day, you know? So stuff like that lets me know that they are still seeing each other and contacting pretty much.
Do they have children together?
No children.
No children together. Ms. Johnson, why are you talking to the ex?
I
did have to get a divorce. There is a process with divorcing.
Yeah.
I left my...
I know that. I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a process. I left the home in October of 2015, and it took a while for the divorce process to take place. So when she did see that in my phone, it was us finalizing the divorce. I had to go see him. We had paperwork that we had to take care of, and that was it. After that, it was late to rest.
Did you see anything suspect? Hey, baby, good morning, love. Anything like that?
Good morning, good night. It's like in and out.
Well, you know, I say good morning to Joe. It's, you know.
Good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, beautiful. Good night, beautiful. We know she's beautiful.
Okay. Ms. Johnson, is he calling you things like beautiful?
That was when I left. He was still trying to work on things. However, when the divorce was finalized, all the contact was cut off. Like he can't get in contact with me if he wanted.
Does he still contact her, or are you not sure about that?
I can say that is cut, but I can also say I'm not sure.
Are you concerned that she was with a guy and that maybe that's really her thing, and she's not really in this relationship with you because she likes women? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she loves you, but
is
questioning her sexuality.
I just think it was part of her past that she just was used to. So it was a daily routine that she was used to.
Do you understand the question I was asking her about being certain of your sexuality? I mean, you could be bisexual. Who knows?
And that is that I do believe that there is some hindrance on her side there because I was married and I did marry my childhood sweetheart. I've been on since I was 9.
Right.
So, I mean, you just coming out of something like that and going into a whole nother gender, there would be some like, are you sure? But yes, I am. She's not the first woman that I've been with, so it's not like I'm just experimenting on her and like, oh, this. No, I know.
You know that. You know what it was like.
Yes.
Now, Ms. Barton, you say, or you admit to staying in contact with ex-girlfriends of yours. Is that accurate?
It is somewhat accurate, yes.
Why?
Just good friends, honestly. No.
If you're concerned about her talking to her ex-husband, why would you talk to ex-girlfriends? It seems like the same line you're crossing.
Actually, the ex-girlfriends are friends. It turns into being girlfriends. With the ex-husband, it's more emotional attachment. So I don't have attachments with my friends. That's my friend.
But she's an ex-girlfriend. There was an emotional attachment there.
There was, but after time passes, those people turn into friends, lifelong friends. And that's
can her ex turn into a friend to her?
They've been friends long enough. I think that's enough. That's enough friends.
I appreciate your honesty. I really do. I appreciate your honesty. But do you see the nature of that double standard?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. For that.
Okay. But you think she's inordinately jealous. Why don't you tell me what she does or says? Because she thinks you're always cheating.
Oh, no. Jealous would be maybe going out to eat or have drinks with other people that is not, maybe not friends of hers, but friends of mine. So just because she doesn't know them, the drink was more than a drink or the dinner was more than a dinner, which it was just mostly friendly drinks and friendly dinners.
Mostly?
Mostly.
So what part wasn't just friendly?
What part wasn't? Not too much was it. Maybe one encounter was a little bit more than friends, but it ended because I'm moving forward with Ms. Johnson, so that kind of was cut.
What are your concerns in the Fidelity Department? Do you believe she's dabbling about?
I do. I can honestly say I do believe she's dabbling about. I have had an instance where she was talking to an ex, and there's an instance with this coworker that she just can't seem to stay away from. The coworker, she's a coworker. At this age, we can't make friends like that. I work with you, we work together, I see you at work, and then I go home with my personal life. However, this coworker has seemed to make her way into life, like her everyday life. I'm like, okay, if she's gonna be here every day, Lord,
what's up with that?
What am I here for? But it's a coworker. It's a coworker. It's a coworker.
She has had her times with flirting with coworkers herself, and I've actually seen her where her flirting is actual emotional flirting. My flirting is, oh, this is funny, let's laugh. Hers is, oh, I like you, you like me, I want to cook for you. You want to cook for people?
So tucked in underneath that is an admission that in fact you are flirting with this coworker.
I will say that it's friendly flirting, yes.
You're friendly flirting with this coworker and you bring her around to events and all that kind of stuff. Look at you,
it's just
grinning
fun.
over there.
Fun, just
it's fun.
Clean fun.
But you're enjoying her, and you're enjoying the womanness of her, aren't you?
No, I'm enjoying just our friendship, like I do everyone.
But no, you said flirting, and it's fun. That's what you said.
Maybe fun.
Flirting
maybe
and fun.
Flirting and fun, yes.
Flirting and fun, and bringing her along.
Okay.
If she was having flirting and fun and bringing her along, wouldn't you be a little annoyed?
Very much so.
Yeah, you see where I'm going with this?
I do.
Oh, there you go. See?
Way to go.
With this coworker, if I can interject.
Please, go right ahead.
Lindsay, she likes people. She likes anybody, in my opinion, Lindsay likes anybody that's not me. And I have evidence. I will admit, yes, I did text a coworker. It was a guy.
And I actually left her 30 miles out for this.
Just dropped her off somewhere.
I actually asked her to get out the car.
How was she supposed to get home?
That friend that she was texting. Y'all texting already. Just say, come pick me up, and y'all can go do whatever y'all got to do.
Yes.
Well, we're going to address that.
Okay.
But before we do, I want to see this evidence and find out just what's going on at your house.
Oh,
this is evidence of exes and friends.
Okay.
How they communicate.
Let's see what we got here.
You know, it's more like we're sisters, and I'm just watching her have fun with her life, and that's not...
But do you see what I see right now? She has no remorse.
No.
And she really thinks it's okay.
Yes.
We didn't come here about the remorse.
I'm looking at these text messages. You in Dallas? Yes, I'm here finally. Do we have plans for the night? Ooh, you'll be with my bae tonight then.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Nice picture. We can see a lot.
Okay.
How is that not disrespectful to your relationship with Ms. Johnson?
It is indeed disrespectful to our relationship, but I did not know she had those pictures. I didn't know that you had those pictures.
It's like as long as she thinks I don't know about it, it's fine. As long as she can do her little stuff in the dark, it's fine. But how can you have a relationship like that?
That's too.
Do you understand that that's what this is?
This is very true.
That you love to play and flirt, and you know, bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yo. You don't know that. Yippee yo yippee yay. That's a black thing. It's like
it's
nothing but the dog in you. You know, I mean,
No.
you just like to sniff around a bit.
Not at all.
Judge, if I may.
What is this if it's not sniffing?
Those were friendly messages.
Judge.
Ain't nothing friendly about what she's got on. Nothing friendly about that at all.
I didn't know that that's what she was going to be wearing.
Yeah, but it's more than one picture in your response.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Do you see what I see?
Yes, I do. And with that also came talk of how they were going to elope, how they were, and the way she is with other women, she's just not with me. You know, it's more like we're sisters, and I'm just watching her have fun with her life, and that's not.
But do you see what I see right now? She has no remorse.
No.
And she really thinks it's okay.
Yes.
We didn't come here about the remorse.
No, you came here about No. You came here about the relationship.
Yes.
And the relationship is in trouble in part because she feels unloved because you flirt with other women. And I'm saying you're saying, you're not saying, oh, I did that, it's not me anymore. You're saying, yeah, I do that. That's who I am. And you're not remorseful about it like it was a mistake. It's a current way you conduct business. See, you with me?
I'm with you. I do see where you're going with this.
Am I wrong?
It's a little wrong because it's just friends.
Tell me.
Most of it is just straight friends, nothing personal, like me and yourself. We're straight personal. I don't think that I'm personal with everybody. I think I'm more cordial, casual with most people.
We are not personal. I take personal as hold my hand.
We can't get too personal because we have too much emotion. This is a very emotional woman we're talking about. So much emotion to where when we're talking, we can't even get a whole conversation through because she starts to show emotion. We may be talking about something very simple. Oh, hey, let's pass by here and see what's going on tonight. Oh, why you want to pass by there? Who's over there? What's going on over? I just want to pass by. We don't have to pass by. Let's pass by where you would like to go. Well, why do you want to go out? things like that is not gonna help at all.
Do you see where she gets that from, though?
I do see where she gets it from, and I am trying my best to keep her from being so emotional. That's what our practice is stop being so emotional.
And how do you keep her from being emotional?
Just let's have a regular day without just showing emotion to something. Let's just have a regular, easy day.
Really? Very interesting. I'm going to move on to another topic, though. My understanding is that Ms. Barton's family does not approve of your relationship.
Right.
And that it's causing trouble with the two of you, so I want to explore that a bit.
And I just don't think getting married is necessary.
Because you think wanting to be with a woman is wrong.
Enough.
And that's all the sin you're looking to commit. And you're not.
No.
Do you think working with your partner is usually a good idea? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
So, Ms. Barton, I want you to tell me how your family feels about this relationship and why it's a problem.
My family feels that I should not be dating women. My family is very Christian Baptist feel, and they do not like it at all. They are very accepting of me as being who I am, and they're accepting of her as being herself. But us together, they don't see that working out in our future. I can see it working out because I live this life. My mother and father both are very supportive of us both. They support us during holidays, during, you know, if we need anything from school when we were in school, they supported us very well, but they're just not with the whole fact of us actually being together as two women.
Okay. Ms. Johnson, do you feel her family's influence or concerns at all about the way her family feels about you that upsets this relationship?
Yes. When I first met her family, everyone was very open arms because we were friends. But then when they realized, oh, she's here all the time, oh, she's coming to every event, oh, it's more than a friendship, then it was kind of like, okay, like the standoff.
They were
the
very
standoffish
accepting to her as well.
They accepted me, yes. However, the genuineness left as well.
You saw a little coolness. It
yes.
was like,
It was like, okay, she's around. She's gonna be around, kind of thing. And Lindsay does have a lot of friends, and her family is accepting of everyone.
She wants to get married, but marriage is not something that I would go far as, due to the fact that it's just not, I just don't believe that same sex should be getting married. We can be together as long as we can, but marriage, we're just not gonna, we can do this without getting married. And that's a hindrance for sure.
It is a very hindrance.
Explain that dichotomy to me, because I'm not quite sure I understand that. Why is it okay to date a woman, but not okay to marry a woman?
I just think it's not, and honestly, it's not okay to date a woman, but there's so much going on nowadays that's what's going on. So I have been a part of that for maybe 6 years, so I've been dating women, and it's nothing that I would just stop to just say, oh, I'm gonna stop because it's not right in life. People do stuff that's not right every day. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna continue to live my life according to how me and herself would like to live, but we just will not have to get married. And I just don't think getting married is necessary.
Because you think wanting to be with a woman is wrong.
Enough.
And that's all the sin you're looking to commit. And you're not.
No, but what I'm saying is this is a good, we're fine, we're floating here, we don't need to go too deeper.
Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Yes.
No, seriously, do you hear what I hear?
Yes.
Because there were 2 huge red flags that went up during the course of this proceeding, and I want to make sure you saw them. Did you see them?
Yes, I did.
Is there something you want to say to her?
I would like to express to Lindsay that I love her. I do. I love you with all my heart. I do. And I will do anything to make this relationship work, but I do want, at the end of it all, to be a wife. And if that's not something that we can work towards, then we would have to be friends for this life.
Well, that's that. Now, Ms. Barton, I'm going to give you a moment to process what Ms. Johnson said, and then we're going to decide where we're going to go from here.
Okay.
What would you do after learning your partner doesn't believe in marriage? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Ms. Johnson, I'm going to give you my little speech that I give to women who are with people who aren't going to be what they want them to be. you want to be married, this isn't the person for it. She said 2 things that are a red flag. She believes that all of this stuff, texting and flirting with what other women, is appropriate. It's all fine and it's all good, and she's not worried about it, and she doesn't think it's something she needs to stop. That's who she is, and that's what she's gonna do, and you need to get next to that. She just doesn't want you to get upset about it. So, to me, that says a great deal about what she's willing to offer you. She's not willing to offer you the commitment that you seek. And then she puts on top of it, I believe our lifestyle is a sin and I'm willing to engage in it, but not commit to it, you know, which is an easy out. But it's an out nonetheless. It's an out for the commitment that you want. You got to see it for what it is and don't pretend it's going to change or get any better. I mean, when you're alone in the dark somewhere and she's saying nice things to you, don't forget that those 2 things are at the center of who she is and what she's going to give you. Don't pretend it's going to change. Don't pretend it's going to get any better. That's what that is. And you have to make decisions knowingly and intelligently. And if you have the facts, deal with the facts, even if your heart says otherwise. Ms. Barton, you are not a bad person. You're very honest.
Yes, ma'am.
You got a lovely smile. I believe you truly know who you are.
Yes.
I don't believe you're totally comfortable with it, and I hope you are at some point. You know what I mean?
Yes,
just completely and entirely with it. But don't lie to her. Don't, make sure she knows what your limits are. And don't soothe her past those limits. Don't soothe her into, just stay with me, just stay with me. I know I'm not going to give you this, and I know, but just stay with me. It's not fair to her. You with me on that?
I am.
I've told you what to do. I just didn't say it. I still hope you heard me. This matter is adjourned.
I'm still hoping to be with Lindsay one day. I still have that hope. Hopefully one day she'll change her mind and she'll magically see that I'm the one for her.
I just couldn't see marriage with another woman in my future because I do believe that that's just not right. And in the Bible, I already know the lifestyle I live is not right. So I just don't want to furthermore and be pushing in the issue. I just can't do that.